there is no such thing as too far off the rails, you know?
This is a good episode for it.
I think even for us, there is such a thing as too much derailment, and I'm worried I'm going to push it this episode.
Oh,
so
no.
We'll see what happens.
Hey, what if this episode is long enough that we have to cut it into like 2? It's possible.
Doesn't happen. 12 hours is the cap for YouTube. 12 hours.
Oh, okay,
12 hours.
Yeah. So, Sam, at 12 hours, you're talking to yourself because I'm at work tomorrow. If this is still 12 hours.
I'm putting in some mock code at work right now.
I can't. I mean, like, I'll just put like I have a side duck in the background up here. I'll just put him in the chair with like the headband on or something, and like Sam's still going when I'm like getting in the shower in the morning.
I mean, I was more saying like it could be over double our normal episode length, and we could cut it into 2. But
3 hours is like our like normal episode length. I mean, hour and a half. So 3 hours. If we go 3 hours, I'll be impressed. I think,
genuinely, at some point, I think like we'll just get tired.
Yeah,
yeah. That's fair.
I'm gonna hit that wall about 11 and just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to Breakpoint episode 50. Got you, Sam. I'm your co-host Taylor, and this is your other co-host Sam and AgroBlaze96. Anyway, how was your weeks in Fab?
We're gonna get derailed like immediately with talking about. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna jump in real quick, and we're gonna talk about sponsors before we even get going crazy. We're gonna ad read first rather than like at 45 minutes like we tend to.
Probably pretty smart. It's probably pretty smart.
Yeah. So if you guys are unaware, we have this wonderful Codex journal with the Breakpoints logo on it. Link is down in the description. If you ever need to take notes on your games, this is a great tool to use. Zach, we're going to pop up in your favorite segment. What
bang,
are we
bang.
guessing today?
Oh, here we go. This was at a ProQuest. It was the KO mirror in Silver Age.
Okay.
I have no other details for you than that. Without giving anything away, I haven't given you anything else.
I guess the only other detail would be like first, second, but that's fine.
I never give you that information, so I'm skipping it because I do feel like that is actually a very important key to this matchup in Silver Age.
Right. Did me and you play?
It's a win.
I don't know if this is that event. Let's see. Oh, this is the first round of a ProQuest in February. Oh. Yeah. This is my local one you came to.
I think you lost that because I'm pretty sure you lost. No.
One.
No. You. Never mind. I'm wrong. You won because you started 3-0 and then lost out.
This was the mirror that I won round 1 of the event because I was able to go second and I just like ran my opponent over like going second.
I had to think about that one for a bit. It's like, wait.
Taylor had to like ponder a little bit about what happened at that event.
Yeah, because you started 3-0 and then you ran into Aaron. Or maybe 2-0.
Yeah. It was 2-0 and then it all fell downhill when I ran into Aaron.
Yeah. Because you ran into like Ira and then Decimator Warrior, and they just had the nuts. They were like 11. You're like, cool.
Yeah, that's exactly how my ProQuest went. That's exactly how my ProQuest went.
All right. That's Codex Journals. We're also brought to you by Fab Blazing. If you have any need to figure out what's going on in the ever-changing meta in Flesh and Blood, we're kind of out of that draft window. We don't really need to worry about it until October when we have Usurp the Shadow Throne. But in the meantime, Mastery Pack Warrior is coming out. If you want to see if any of those decks are actually good, spoiler alert, they look like they are. You can check out how good over at Fablazing and see what these new cards are kind of doing to the decks. You can look at individual win rates as they're included in decks, see if they have a meaningful impact. And last but certainly not least, we're brought to you by the best independent circuit in Flesh and Blood, the AGE series, down in the description. If you want to subscribe to their AGE Premium, you hit the link down below, use code BreakPoint5. You get access to all of the articles that they post, extra games that they do not stream. They have, if you actually go to these AGE events, it also gives you a discount on event entry. It's all kinds of stuff. So go ahead and check that out in the description. With that out of the way, Zach, you want to lead us off and tell us about your week? I guess maybe past 2 weeks, so we did skip a week.
Yeah, so Pro Tour was 2 weeks ago. I ended up finished 107th. I was second to last of the people who did not drop from the event. So I played it out to finish 7-7-1. Draft was not my friend. I think I learned that I needed some more draft practice this time around. Could have spent some more time there, and I think I would have had a better weekend overall. But anyway, Pro Tour was good. Came back working on some decks for Calling Kansas City. Aurora and Betsy are leading the way as of now. I do think that there's a chance that Aurora has a pretty good spot in the meta as we move into like our, warrior fall that we're getting in like August here. So curious to see what the meta looks like. Sam's wearing a tail on his head. I love it so much. Curious to see what the meta looks like with Mastery Pack Warrior coming out, but working on decks for Calling Kansas City. And I also managed to get a ticket to regional qualifier LA for Riftbound. So I'll be going to my first Riftbound event in LA, which is pretty exciting. Pretty pumped for that. Yeah. How about you, Taylor?
We had the Pro Tour last week. I had a good time until I didn't. Vegas is like a whole story. We'll get around to it like later. We'll have a whole Vegas story time stuff. Outside of that, I've been playing with like the new heroes, and they're very fun. They did a good job of developing the new heroes. Like the hero text boxes are cool and interactive. I like Viserai. I like Malice. We don't have enough cards to actually like have an idea, but we have a general idea what swinging allies and having fun. How about you, Sam?
A similar boat. We did get back from Vegas. My Vegas tournament was Schmedium, I think. I had a Mario mirror to start off the day, and it didn't go my way. And I snapped off 3, and I hit a Fatigue Hala in round 5 that I was aware that deck existed and should have hedged my sideboard instead of playing like a normal game out. But for whatever reason, I was like, surely a Fatigue Hala isn't 3-1. I was incorrect, and it came down to the very last 2 cards in their deck for them to be able to actually hold cards to kill me with. And if I had literally just put in my 2 pick up the points, I would have probably converted that one into a W. So a little bit sad. Hit draft. Drafted a pretty average, I would say, Aurora deck. Played myself into a 2-1 in that draft pod. So we're qualified for day 2 at 5-3, which isn't excellent, but I don't mind playing for cash, even though I'm probably dead for top 8 already. We go to day 2, and I am in what I think is a pretty obvious Aurora seat. I draft Red Path, Leech Memory, a red Quick Strike card, I think it was Rush of Power, and then the Aurora cards fucking evaporated. Turns out 3 other people at the table also thought they were in Aurora seat. I don't know if that's due to pack correlation or forcing or what have you, but it did not pan out that my deck was super great. I went 0-2, and at that point, I'm basically dead for all kinds of cash. I could win out, but I was a little bit triggered at that point. Rage quit. I hit that drop button real fast. I was like, I'm just going to chill out, we'll have fun, burn Vegas. And, well, it unfortunately, we were going to go to enjoy some things in Vegas, and then some very terrible things happened.
Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, I just want to tell everyone that Sam is the worst person to deliver breaking news to you. I just need to let everyone know. He is the worst. Wait, dude, the way you
No, I'm not saying I wasn't. I was like, I thought the situation was worse than it was.
But, dude, the way you did it was, iconic. Okay, so I'm going to give the breakdown. I'm playing blackjack with one of my best friends. He doesn't play blackjack, so we're sitting there, and he's like, I'm going to explain the rules. And I hear I was like, oh, that must suck for that person. Hit me. Anyway, so I then get Sam coming over to me, going, Taylor, you need to get up right now. Your wife has her leg is broken. I'm like, oh my God, what's happening? Oh my, dude, he's so serious. He's Yeah, Sam's like 6'3", 6'4", and I'm like sitting in this little chair, and he's like, "You need to go now." I'm like, "Oh my god, dude, she's dead!" Like a slot machine just hit her or something. So I was like, "Cash me out." I'm like telling my buddy, I was like, "I'm done." So like I go back, and my wife just fell on a stair and just absolutely shattered her ankle into oblivion. I so my Saturday was in an ambulance, then an ER, then back to a hotel room. Oh, yeah, that was a fun adventure. That's
Yeah.
yeah. Dude,
She
I
was
was
actually
like,
coming over because we were all going to go to a museum together. You weren't aware yet because you were playing blackjack, and so you didn't have your phone, which is also
no.
part of the reason why Chelsea was like panicking. And I was like, okay, I got to go find Taylor. And it happened to be that Taylor was literally 30 feet away at a blackjack table, but we just didn't know
Yeah.
until I
I was
walked right
just
past.
yeah, this all yeah. Dude, that was a by the way, dude, I was like Drake, my buddy still talks about the way he told us, dude. He's like it instilled fear into me. I was like, I know. Dude, I was terrified. I was like, oh my god, dude, my wife doesn't have a leg anymore. Oh my god. Dude, it was but outside that, so the team, we gambled a lot in Vegas, us and the team. We have a pre and post ankle records. I think pre ankle break, we were about even. Post ankle break, I think between me and Emma, we're up like $11,000. It was a good weekend. Zach, you
I
should have
mean,
came over. Like me and Emma were yelling at each other. We're like kissing each other at the craps table. I think we made out at one point. It was a good time.
Emma was trying to get me to come play craps.
It was
He was trying to get me to come play.
Dude, it was insane. He hit the bonus almost twice in like two runs. We were like screaming at each other. We had a deep run, I don't know, one craft run where I think we went about 16 or 17 without hitting the 7. So we were just like ripping off our shirts. I mean, the Sahara Casino was literally just me and Emma yelling at each other. Just yeah.
This sounds awesome, but I know nothing about craps. So like,
I didn't
feel
either
like
at the beginning.
this is how much Sam must feel when we talk about magic cards or something. Like I feel like this is like the equivalency of like,
Oh,
you're like Emma didn't hit the 7, and I'm like, yeah, like
no.
I have no fucking clue what that means.
It's really like because you're rolling a pair of dice, so the most common
Yeah.
result is you're going to hit a 7.
Right.
But they rolled 17 times without hitting a 7, which is
Yeah.
really, really good.
Yeah. It was insane.
So you
because
don't want to roll 7 in crabs?
You do
No.
not.
Okay,
So
interesting. All right.
so like what happened was I didn't know how to play craps at all, and he was like, "Look, whatever." He like tells like the betting guy, he's like, "Look, whatever I do, you're gonna do with his money too." And then like he'd like do it, and I would like he's like hand him $2. I hand him $2. And he's like setting the bets up and everything like that. And he's like, if we roll a 6 here, we make $800. Rolls a 8. Oh my god! I'm like, I don't know what's happening, but we just made. And the guy's just like throwing out black chips at us. Well, let's go. What's happening? I don't know. And yeah,
Dude, that's amazing.
and we were there for like 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours, and like by the like
Wow.
hour 2 or 3, I kind of understood what was happening. I started betting a little bit different, but no, dude, you missed you should have came. It was like me, Jesse, Emma. I mean, it was the Breakpoints team in there. Patrick was in there yelling.
Sounds like it was a lot of fun. I hate I missed it.
But do you know what we did have a good time doing all together? Eating good food. I do love that story, by the way. So we're in Vegas and we go to the Bazaar Meats, and I think he told this on stream. And dude, me and Sam were sitting beside each other, and the whole time we're just like, "This is the best thing I've ever ate." I'm like, "Zach, how's your food?" Because it's really loud in this place, and he's like far across, and he looks at me, he goes, and like he's like I have Jason Rolfe to my left going, "I think I'm gonna cry. I think this is like a spiritual food."
Okay.
And then look at Zach, he's just.
I mean, I want you guys, I need you all to understand, okay? I understand that we went to this really fancy place, like this Michelin star level restaurant, and we got some of like what most people would call the best food they've ever had. Like, and I get that, okay? I understand I am the problem in this story. But I could have went to Tacos El Gordo and spent $30, and I probably would have had more enjoyable food. Like, I'm
That's
not even
insane.
gonna lie.
That's
Like
insane
the
to me.
food, like the food was fine, but
That's
at a
insane.
certain point, I was like, I mean, I'm literally sitting here and I'm like, we're eating cotton candy Frogois or something
Dude,
like
it was
that.
phenomenal.
And I'm like,
It was the best thing we ate all night. Holy shit.
You can ask Carly this. I bit into it and I said, this doesn't taste anything like cotton candy. What the fuck is this? Like,
I don't even know how to process that.
Yeah, no, I know. And I look over and Sam might as well be coming at the table. He's having so much fun eating.
Yeah.
Dude, it was so good.
I look over at one point and Sam's like, oh, and he's like leaning back and like rubbing
it was
his
that
belly
good.
and shit.
It really
and
was.
I look over and everybody's having this experience and I'm just like, yep, this is great. Like I just listen. I'm not fancy, okay? Like it's just fancy food is just not for me.
Dude, oh my god, dude! Like, did you not have the Philly cheesesteak? Like that cheese was like, oh my god!
Philly cheesesteak was a banger. I like that.
Okay.
Absolutely amazing.
The Wagyu was like, I can't articulate what that was like.
The steak at the end that I was eating off the bone, or what was that?
The steak before the steak.
Oh my god!
The steak on the bone was amazing. I will say that, like, whatever that was really good. They brought out like a potato puree at some point.
That's just butter.
That was absolutely amazing.
That's just fucking butter, dude.
Dude, like whatever it was really good. Okay, fuck off. But like, dude, I'm telling you, like all this like fancy shit in the middle where they like dress up all this stuff and like they put all this leaves and shit on top of it. I'm like, dog, just bring me a fucking steak and let me eat something. Plus, when they brought the bill, I wanted to fucking cry.
I warned you.
I wanted to cry.
They didn't hide the price. I was like, hey.
No, I understand. You told me up front. Like, I get it. I'm not meant for high society living.
That's fine. Dude, because like every bite, Sam's to my right, I'm like putting my hand on him. I'm like, me and him are crying together. Like, we're just like got out of like church on like a Sunday. Dude.
The one thing I will say, like genuinely will say, the drinks were awesome.
They were so good.
All the drinks were a presentation. They like had smoke coming off of them and like literal flowers in them and shit, and they were all really good. Like
they were all really strong.
The drinks were like very, very, very solid. And that dessert, that lemon mango dessert or whatever the hell that Curly got, I mean that was great.
Oh, dude.
But yeah, they like for me, they could have easily have left like 6 menus off the item and just brought me more of other shit.
You're crazy,
like,
dude. Like,
yeah,
dude.
I know, bro. I know.
Like for me personally, like we had like a little bit of everything, and like everything was so good. Like the first two were kind of mid, and then we get like the candy Frogois, and it's just like from there, it's just like slap, slap, slap right in the face.
Yeah.
The Wagyu was like like I can't articulate what that Wagyu was like. Like I cannot like. It was just like butter and fat. That's the best way to explain it. I was like, that was insane.
I also, Taylor, I think you kind of missed this, but I want to share with you the first thing that I ate, how my evening started of that whole meal. They sit something down in front of Lauren.
Oh, this is so fucking
and
funny.
I think we're sharing. It's for everybody. So I just reach in and grab one, and she had some kind of like I don't know what it was. It was some kind of like croquette, like, you know, like the meat in the middle kind of thing, but it was really good. And so I just grabbed one and I ate it. And I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. And Lauren looks at me like, I'm glad you like it. Like, those weren't for you. And I was like, what? Like, we're all sharing. Like, what do you mean? And she said, no, I ordered off a separate menu. Those were mine. And so I immediately felt horrible. So I was scared to grab anything off of plates the rest of the night.
That's so
I would literally
funny.
sit there until somebody would tell me that it was for me. That was
I was literally plating most of Zach's food for him.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, we're having this, Zach. Here you go.
That was in the first 10 minutes. Like, that was the first food that was brought to the table.
That's funny, actually, dude.
It was pretty funny. I mean, she didn't mind at all. It wasn't anywhere near as harsh as that. She was like, you know, it's okay to share. It was delicious. It was fine.
I'm glad because
so
I
good,
felt
dude.
awful.
Yeah, you shouldn't have felt that bad.
That's a banger. I didn't even hear that story.
Plenty of food. Don't worry. We were all way too full at the end of that.
Every time I leaned over to hear like y'all's side of the conversation, it was talking about taking showers and stuff. And like my wife would have to explain everything to me, and I'm like, okay, let's go over here for a minute.
That was the whole thing. You know, at that point, we were all pretty drunk, and
everybody was in fact very drunk, and I was, you know, fucking ostracized because I take showers in the morning. Like, it was a whole
That
thing.
is an absolute animalistic thing. I don't know what's up with that.
You take 5 showers a day. If I am one problem, you are the other. Okay.
I mean,
I'm a clean motherfucker.
Absolutely
okay,
not.
I'm a clean motherfucker. I never smell bad.
I just, I understand there are some people who like to shower in the morning. Those people like to sleep dirty in their bed all night. I'm not
Thank
about
you.
it.
Listen,
I get that.
I shower in the morning because my hair will be fucked up and it will look weird if I shower at night. It lays weird and I can't fix it the way I want. So to get the volume and the texture that I need, I shower in the morning so that I can wash my hair and fix it.
Just shower the night and the morning.
No.
He looks at you like you're fucking insane.
It's such a colossal waste of time. I already
A waste of time, dude. I love showering.
I already don't have enough time in the day for the things that I need to get done. Absolutely not. I'm not going to get in the shower, then I got to dry off, and then I got to fucking put new clothes on. And it's ridiculous. Like, or I could just come home, do all my things, take my clothes off, and get into bed. You make it sound like I go to work and wallow in shit all day and then come home and lay in my bed. What the fuck are we talking about?
I guess
I'm not a fucking pig farmer, Taylor. Like, oh my god.
It's
all right. It's all right. We can be different.
Yeah, one of us is clean. So just know that if you see me, I'm clean. Zach, 50-50. Depending on if he's been on the farm that day.
I hate you all so much.
It's all right. Well, we're going to have a tier list later. Instead of Pop-Tarts this week, it's going to be showering.
Yeah.
So I love that we've talked about how long this episode is going to be before we've even started recording. And we spent 21 and a half minutes and we've not even hit a single topic yet. Because we're talking about dinner and showers. I love it.
We're giving, covering the trip is like part of the first thing. We did the tournament rundown a little bit with the, start of this.
That's true. That's fair.
So, it's just a little bit there. I guess we can kind of continue on this part. We did all this fun stuff on Friday, and I go home to my Westgate suite, and the hot water isn't working in the shower because I shower at night. So the hot water
experience. They got the hot too, I see.
Yeah. This is the same thing that happened to Zach. I thought Zach had an unlucky experience. I'm pretty sure I just had a lucky experience last year. That there was no hot water. You had if you ran the shower for 15 minutes, it finally got hot. That's what we figured out. It was insane. I don't know what kind of water bill we had to be running in the hotel room. But yeah, Westgate, I'm now in Zach's boat. I don't think I will ever stay at the Westgate again. I had a really terrible time with, how much they were hawking the timeshares, and just the constant harassment from staff was way too much this time around. On top of the AC in my room didn't really work. The shower was shit. So not great.
I mean, typical Westgate experience.
God, the Europeans were right. Las Vegas does suck.
And if you guys are wondering why we didn't have an episode last week, it's twofold. It's, we covered Chelsea's shattered ankle, and that has caused Taylor to have to be a bit busier taking care of her, which is very understandable. But I was also stuck in airport hell last week when we would normally record. I got stuck in Atlanta for an extra 36 hours. Because Frontier fucking blows.
I can tell you that. American baby.
That's crazy.
Hey, we say travel on a budget. It is what it is.
I travel American almost everywhere I go just because of the miles, but American's not better, much better, dude. I get fucking delayed and stuck in Dallas and Charlotte and shit all the fucking time.
Never been delayed once. Knock on wood. Not once.
That's honestly, I genuinely love that for you. I'm not even trolling. That's awesome.
Now you're
I hope it
stays
that way for you forever. I hope it stays that way for you forever. But let me tell you, when you fucking miss an American flight to Memphis, calling,
classic.
Your third stop on every calling in NA in 2026. Yeah, no, you lose some love for American.
Every calling in the NA. Are you by chance going to Atlanta?
I am going to calling Atlanta.
Hold on.
Yo, I am going to calling Atlanta. Did you guys know there's this really cool promo they're giving out if you play in anything but the calling?
Stop.
All right, sorry.
I'm supposed to say nice things about LSS before we start talking about the bad things.
I'm 3 or 4 topics ahead of Sam, right now.
I'm sorry. I saw the segue. Right. It was too clean.
It was
Yeah,
perfect.
but if we get the segue, I will never get back to how I actually liked what they did for Pro Tour this time around.
Okay, what did you like about Pro Tour this time around?
So they had a viewing area for starters, which I thought was fucking awesome. Like, it was so nice that they had an area for everyone to actually watch the stream. Did you not see the Zach?
They always do this.
They don't always do this.
For Pro Tours? I'm pretty sure.
Singapore, Yokohama,
LA?
both had. Yeah,
Am I cooked?
No, bro, they always do that at Pro Tours.
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. It is really nice that they do that. Like, it is really good that LSS does that. I just like they've been doing that at tier 4s for 2 years now.
Except Did they do it in Philadelphia? I was about to say they didn't do it in Philly. They didn't do it in London.
Worlds did not have one. London did have one. I literally watched Pablo. At the very back right corner, I watched Pablo's game, the final game.
Because like he played the pommel and like you could hear like in Pablo's mic him drawing the he drew the CNC and you can hear in his mic everyone screaming that he drew the CNC.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah.
I'm just cooked. I thought I was about to be like, oh, they're making improvements. I'm just
great.
retarded.
It's fine. It's
great. It is amazing. It's just something amazing they did 2 years ago.
Yeah. All right. Never mind then. Forget that shit. I will say, all right, move on to point number 2. They did a real keynote this time, and it was kind of lit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed the whole thing. I was at the Backstreet Boys, but I heard it was great.
Yeah. It was players were going wild. Everyone saw the gem and got really quiet again. So
that was comedy. That was live comedy. He was like,
did the room actually die when they put Soul Existence?
Yeah. It was like live comedy.
What's it called? What's the fable called?
I don't know. I just call it fucking the purple one.
I can look. Is it
Soul of Existence?
Soul of Existence.
It's literally Chain Soul.
It literally pitches for 4. It's insane.
Yeah. So they were like showing off all the new heroes and stuff. Everyone's going apeshit, and then like it popped up on the screen like the gym, and everybody went, "Oh!" like it was like like the room went down. It was great. It's like, oh, another one.
It's not generic. Honestly, I will say that.
Yeah, could you imagine? Oh, CNC pitching my purple.
4-pitch generic. Oh,
Bravo would be playable.
Oh my god, it'd be crazy. It'd be insane.
Yo, that's actually hilarious.
Ledge, 1 card. I'll take 1, whatever.
Oh my god, bro.
Ooh. Oh. I mean, the new heroes also look pretty exciting, though. As we kind of touched on that, but the new Levia cards are very exciting. We get pseudo Chain back. They're trying to recreate Chain, but not be as broken. We'll see how they succeed or fail in that regard.
Well, I mean, like, I assume you're talking about Viscerai.
Yeah.
Viscerai looks really strong.
Yeah. I'm actually really curious.
It doesn't look. I'm sorry. It doesn't look like like Tough Nut out of the box, which is kind of funny because Tough Nut literally did just top 8 calling Edinburgh. But like, I'm just saying, like, it doesn't look like like the Super Slam heroes did, like out of the box. Like, it looks naturally pretty strong, even with the card pool we already have, which I think is a really good like start to set 20 being the hype that they want it to be.
I mean, to be fair, Tough Nut is like a playable hero now because we have every other good hero has LL'd at this point or been nerfed repeatedly.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of LLs and also like multiple supports from like
buddy,
cards and like.
Look, you put Dromai out there and like you show me any Tough Nut support and it's not going to be a fight. It's just how the LL system works. I'm getting excited for like the Olympia Levia matchup. Like that's just how LL works.
I know, dude. I on stream tonight. I played an Olympia Betsy game, and it was a banger. And I was like, "This is the CC meta. This is what we're about to be doing at Kansas City."
I feel the same way. I'm like, "Oh, this is cool." I guess.
I didn't really get to tune in today, but I did see a little bit. But I didn't see if you were at all trying out the new boots in Betsy.
I've not got to try the new boots yet. Okay. I need to work them into the list and try them one night just to see how they feel. Because I mean, it's really cool. Like the concept of like, Valiant Dynamos at home, especially for Sage, I feel like could actually be pretty strong in Silver Age. So,
for Sage, they look insane. But I mean, like giving Betsy an outlet for like an excess vigor token in the form of like a repeated 1 block armor is kind of crazy. When I read those boots and I was like, these say Guardian on them?
Yeah.
I got kind of excited. That's
Yeah. I mean, if you're constantly chapeauing and doing cool stuff, you can actually get
yeah.
a lot of value out of the legs. I think it had, especially into a deck like Syndra or Katsu or something like that, where you like want to cover breakpoints effectively.
Yeah. Oh, he said the thing. Anyway.
Says the
thing. We also saw Malice come out. It's fully revealed now, which is a very interesting looking hero. It looks to play like on a different axis, even from Gravy, where your allies kind of die over time, but that might be fake if you get to swing them multiple times. We don't know yet. The fact that they swing on summon is bananas to me. So we'll see.
I mean, Decay looks really cool. It does kind of feel like they're attempting to balance Necromancer stuff with Decay, in some capacity. I mean, I guess was the set probably wasn't already printed and designed when they came out with High Seas, so
it was
maybe
probably by the time they started working on it.
Yeah, this is probably exactly.
So like maybe they saw Warcrime Gravy and they thought, hey, we need like a balancing mechanic here to like try and help out, because the allies, a lot of them swing for 3 and stuff like that I've seen so far, but they also have like on hit effects and do stuff. So it's kind of cool. I don't know. I kind of like it. I'm intrigued to see how Malice plays out. She looks like she'll be interesting to say the least.
Yeah. And then we already saw the commander guy that gives all of your allies attacking +1 damage. So
yeah,
if there's a way to like chain summon these things, right now I don't think there's a way to chain summon them.
I love the like Anthem effect style stuff.
But it looks really cool, very intriguing. The heroes read like they have very powerful and interesting mechanics and provide like a very interesting deck building dichotomy that you have to balance, because I know that part of the reason people didn't realize that Gravy was a good deck as versus because you have to include so many moving pieces that have to function together. I'm kind of seeing that same thing for Malice and Viscerai right now. So it looks really exciting. I love a good deck building challenge and a complicated hero. As long as they don't do like what they did with Ziggy and purposefully make it weak out of the box to build over time. I want it to like. I guess I'll asterisk that. I don't mind if they're weak. I mind if they feel really, really clunky in their intended design space. So hopefully they don't feel like that.
I don't think they will. I really don't. I think they're gonna.
Now set 20 is a banger. Yeah, set 20 is a banger. We're about to still be talking about omens and Super Slam heroes 3 years from now, but that's neither here nor there. I'll stay away from that right now.
I don't know. I feel like there's enough of a shell there for at least Aurora, Acilio, and Ziggy to gradually get there.
It's interesting. Ziggy's interesting because Ziggy made the finals of a calling, but it's like generic slop the deck.
I guess that will be different if the set is powerful. Right?
That's all it is.
Yeah.
If the set is powerful, then it's going to completely push them out of the meta altogether. So I guess it's not true.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Did you guys have anything else about the PT weekend you thought was like sick? Anything cool you did in Vegas?
I was in the ER a lot.
Cool?
Yeah.
I mean, I played a lot of Pie Gal. That was fun. I did see the Backstreet Boys at the Sphere. I know I kind of mentioned that earlier. It was amazing. Oh my god! Like if it, the Backstreet Boys were awesome. Like if you like that kind of music, go see the Backstreet Boys. They put on a phenomenal show. But also like the Sphere was insane, because I don't know how much you guys know about the Sphere, but like the entire building is the show. Like it goes all the way around you, encompasses you. It was really cool to see. Like even the songs I didn't know, just because of like the shows, like the showmanship of everything. It was really cool to be there and see everything. So yeah, go see a show at the Sphere. It was a lot of fun.
The back of that, Lauren and I went to go see a Cirque du Soleil show on Sunday night. We went to go see O, which is the one where they do a lot of water theatrics and stuff. And I could not tell you at all what was happening in front of me, but it was fucking awesome the whole time. There's tons of tricks. Things were like flying all over the place. People were launching themselves like 40 feet in the air across the stage, dropping from the ceiling where you couldn't even see them. It was bananas. It was really cool. Can't recommend it enough. I think my wife summed it up perfectly. She said, it's like we took LSD for an hour and a half and only an hour and a half.
I mean, that's got to be a pretty cool feeling, though. I mean, I feel like most people would be pretty happy with if something was that targeted, Like,
yeah.
It was so cool. I would be happy taking LSD.
So if you guys are ever, back out in Vegas and wanted to find something to do, the Cirque du Soleil show was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can bounce into the calling if you guys would like to at this point.
We have so much to talk about in
We have
regards
a
to everything.
lot of topics on the agenda tonight.
Yeah, with the keynote, they did tease, I guess not tease, they fully revealed that Calling 100 is going to be in Atlanta, if you guys are unaware. And if you were unaware, it's already too late. It is sold out. You cannot play in the Calling anymore. Unless enough people drop and you manage to, snag a seat. You can't even transfer from player to player, which is kind of shit. If you know somebody who wants to drop, they can't even, hand you their ticket. Super lame.
It's a weird one. The way that it was approached was a little odd. The metrics of, I guess, the whole idea of Calling 100 was a little off, to say the least.
Yeah, you could say that. If, you didn't know, the tickets for the Calling were capped at 600 players. And 600 players bought their entry to the Calling in 80 minutes of it coming out.
Yep.
I normally buy my ticket to a Calling, when I'm on the way there, flying or driving.
Yeah, I'm glad that we had a little post from someone who said, hey, I'm recommending you buy the Calling when it comes out. So thank you for that. I don't know how they knew what the cap was, but they had a little ping for us to, hey, buy your tickets. So I think the majority of the team got the tickets. There were a few people that actually worked that Friday. I'm sorry, Randy.
I mean, I was working and I was like, I gotta get in here and buy these.
Yeah.
No, I can say with confidence I was working. I literally stopped the PowerPoint I was working on, sat my computer down, and pulled up my actual computer to make sure I got the tickets. I mean, I there's so many things to talk about with this, and I think I have a lot harsher of opinions than you all do about this. Maybe I don't. Maybe I do. I know that Taylor said he disagreed with me about one thing that I said the other day.
Yeah, that was 3 days ago before everything happened.
I'm going to let you explain. I was like, I'm giving you a chance to explain. I'm just saying that maybe not everybody agrees with me. I think we should tackle these one at a time. 600 people was a massive choice blunder, in my opinion.
Oh, I completely agree.
You have Calling 100 one time
Yeah.
in an area in the United States that is reasonably priced and very accessible because it is Delta's hub from all over all over the world, I'm pretty sure. So you have a massive international airport, things are reasonably priced to get in and out of compared to San Diego and LA and shit like that is what I mean when I say that. And we cap it at 600 people.
On top of that, it's also a crazy promo that they're teasing for this event.
So the promo, nobody has confirmed this yet, which makes me think that we don't know yet. But it is my understanding that as of now, Atlanta is the only confirmed place you can get this sync below.
Yes.
As
Correct.
of now.
As of right now, that is the only place.
That could change. And with the way that it is going, I think that LSS will make it available at Worlds. Maybe not a smaller Calling or something, but I'm thinking Worlds, they'll make it available. They'll make some side events or something, maybe.
No.
Worlds is going to be too soon, because if this is their only print run, they're not going to have enough time to make it for Worlds. It's going to have to be PT of spring at the earliest, I feel like.
So London, would February be too early?
It might be. It's on the edge.
Well,
Okay.
here's the issue
Depending
with
on
that,
how their print runs go.
If you do that, then you degrade the value of the people that paid big money to go to Atlanta to get the promo. So you actually cannot do that. It's like having the Barcelona sigil, at the next year's Pro Tour. You can't do that, or you just middle finger every person that went to Atlanta. You really can't just do that.
So so Taylor, are you of the opinion that whether they do or not, it would be incorrect for them to reprint this sync later?
Oh, that's a really loaded question. Do it as a rainbow foil.
So you want this to be the only cold foil event, like only event you can get the cold foil syncs at?
I think just straight up due to LSS's reprint policy, they literally cannot, because once you print something at a cold foil rarity, you cannot reprint that at the cold foil rarity again with the same art. It has to be a new art altogether.
So how many of these sync belows are going to exist?
1,200, 1,600, something like that.
Like less than 2,000, right? I mean, this is like obviously this isn't like a 1 of 500 card, but like there's probably, if they don't reprint it, this is like a 2,000 or less copy of card, which makes it pretty, it's going to be pretty expensive. It's going to be not an super easy thing to get a hold of.
No. To be fair, this is the first time that America's got a good promo in a long time. I'm just saying. So let's have
This is also like, I'm gonna get my soapbox a little bit here. This is the first time they've gone to the East Coast with like a calling, and like that I've been playing the game. Like I came in right after PT Baltimore, so there hasn't been a calling on like this coast that I could go to, I think, since that point.
They had a Battle Harden in Charlotte.
Yes, they've had multiple Battle Hardens, but they have not had a calling.
In Atlanta. It's also worth noting that this is the first calling in Atlanta ever in the history of the game.
And it's sold out.
Well, they do like all kinds of Battle Hardens. Like I don't understand why they don't do more events on the East Coast when they go bananas, because one of the first events that I went to for competitions were it was a Battle Harden in DC and a Battle Harden in Philadelphia, and they were huge. When I went to like my first calling, I was like, oh, this is like just slightly bigger than the Battle Hardens I've been going to. This isn't actually that big of a step up, because we went to a limited Battle Harden in DC, and I'm pretty sure it was like almost 300 players for Rosetta Limited. Like that's crazy numbers, I feel like.
I have a whole theory behind this.
Okay, go ahead, Taylor.
I firmly believe that their internal metrics, or whoever the guy that sets like what venues to go to, views the Southeast as really bad. I don't know if it's due to ProQuest data or something like that. And we've just been snuffed from like callings and stuff due to like basic data and like venue cost and all their internal logistics. And then like, but like every time I go to like, we had the Charlotte Battle Hard, which was like 195 people or something, and it was in a pretty okay meta. I don't think too many people like that meta. So having that many people there was great. And then you've also had like calling Charlotte like 4 years ago with the US Nats, I believe.
That's been a minute, yeah.
Yeah, that one was huge too.
That was 2022 US Nationals. That was my first US Nationals ever.
Yeah, but they keep like doing like, no offense to the West Coaster, but they do like San Diego or something like that. It's like 150
always do
people.
Seattle. Seattle is every year.
Yeah, and it's like 140 people. And you're like, what the hell is this? And then it's like, oh, here's Atlanta. Oh, we sold out 600. It's like, they just don't like money. They just don't.
I will say, like, I do think that part of it is the fact that it's Atlanta and the East Coast is starved for big events. But I also think some of that has to do with the fact that it's calling 100. And like, it's like, so I don't think it's just as black and white to say that it's, you know.
But like, I guarantee.
Well, there's a ton of factors, 100%.
Yeah.
But like, when you were seeing regular calling numbers this year in the US or I guess in North America in general, being around that 400, sometimes a little bit higher mark, and you don't expect calling 100 to be a decent step up from that, that's problematic.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think Sam's onto something there. Like what? Average calling in NA's probably been like what? 400 people-ish?
No, it's been like 240, 250.
Really?
You guys are calling.
What happened? I feel like we've had like multiple North America callings that were like around the 400 mark. Maybe I'm incorrect.
To be fair, San Diego was literally like 180 people.
That was Sage.
It was Valentine's Day weekend, an expensive place.
That goes into the balancing number of NA callings this year.
Valentine's does not matter. Work hard, gamers. Come on.
I don't know about that one, boss.
Memphis.
I don't know
Memphis
about that
is a great example. Okay, Memphis was 297.
Okay,
Ooh.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
all right.
Maybe
a little bit too harsh on that one. That's fair.
So like, let's call it 300. Let's call it 250, 300. So they doubled it, thinking, okay, we're gonna like double this up. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like the
less egregious than what we were thinking. That's fair.
It is less egregious than what I was thinking, but I am blown away that the calling wasn't like 1,000 player cap.
It's supposedly a very large venue as well, which is also like I don't understand why they can't increase it.
It's not in the normal venue when they go to Atlanta. The normal venue when you go to the Atlanta is the Georgia World Congress Center. That's where they've been having Magic events. It's where they've been having like everything, like everything for years. And now we're going to like some marquee hotel. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying like it's a little out of pocket. Like it seems weird.
Right.
Like I don't know the story. I've heard rumors, rumblings. People have said, this and that about LSS or Fab Foundry. I'm not here to point the finger. Like, I get it. I don't run a company. I'm not trying to organize events and blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. But like the whole situation does feel like a very, very large dropped ball.
So here's the thing where I'm going to go to battle a little bit on Fab Foundry's behalf, where I think this is definitely not them that's the problem.
Oh, sure.
So we haven't talked about it yet, but the LL event has been capped to 280 players. Mm-hmm. And they have removed multiple Sync Below promo events. So that tells me that they just don't have the supply to actually run enough of these Sync Below events to give prizes out to everybody. So, like, they're not in charge of the print run here. The fact that all this is getting, like, swapped around is not an organizer problem, I feel like. It's hey, we don't have the supply to make this happen, and there are going to be a lot of very upset people that sign up for whatever event and don't get to play. And I think also on top of that, in order to actually get people to play the LL event, they changed it to now include the sync promo, because there was a sync promo at 10, 5, and 6 p.m. on Friday. And now there's one at 5, and you have to play the LL event. Which, like, I'm pretty sure that LL event would have been, like, super high EV, and no one would have played it, because everyone would want to do the sync event at 10 o'clock instead. Because also no one wants to play LL, and they're also doing a BNR for what I presume will be the LL meta 2 weeks before. Freya, honey. Freya.
But now, the computer. But now we're all gonna have to play LL on Friday morning.
Yes, we are.
If we want them. What are you talking about? Only 280.
Okay, well, yeah, that too.
True.
That too. Okay, so 280 people. They removed 3 events. That it was 8 originally. They had 8 Sync Below side events throughout the weekend. They removed 3 of them. One of the ones they removed is Sunday afternoon. Like they had one at like Sunday at like 4 or 5 or something like that. They removed that one. There's one at Sunday morning. There's one Saturday night, which I will probably try to play in because it's one of my only chances to actually get one of these Sync Belows. And then Friday, I'm going to have to take a day off of work instead of, like working, driving in, and then playing at like 6 o'clock and getting one on Friday night. So now I have to drive down Thursday night, bring an LL deck, and like do all this stuff, which is like, like I get it. Like it's not that, oh no, I have to play cards. Like it's, fine. Like I get that.
I mean, if you get in one of those 280 slots, the prize support is insane. Like it's a 5K. There's a golden foil bodge for first place, gold foil legendaries for all of top 8.
Yep.
The just entry is a tournament pack and the Sync Below.
Right.
Like that's fucking crazy.
The Sync Below has to be worth the entry just by itself, right?
It's worth triple the entry.
I'm already seeing people
think
like
things are going to be over $200.
I do. Yeah, 100%. It's the only cold foil for a card that goes in every single fucking deck. It's shiny. It's got the boob tax. Like, I can't see I have already been seeing people in purple trying to pre-purchase these things for like $200.
Wow.
Well, hold on. I want to correct you before we go further because the comment section will. I do believe there is a cold foil Sync Below in the judge packs.
Sure, yeah.
I just want to make sure because the comments will fucking be like, "You idiot! Yeah. I have 3."
Yeah. Okay. For anyone who started playing the game after fucking alpha, this is your only chance to actually get your Sync Below cold foil.
Okay. Now, so I've already commented that I think they blundered the cap. Like, I think that was a massive, like, awful thing. I agree that it is not Fab Foundry's fault that they only have so many sync belows to give out. In the defense of Fab Foundry, or maybe we have to give credit to LSS here, because I'm sure that Fab Foundry doesn't have this gold foil Balance of Justice laying around that they've added to prize pool. This is from LSS. They have buffed the shit out of the Friday event.
But they capped it at 280 people.
I'm not saying that's great. I am saying that the 208, that the event, if you get in, is insane EV.
It is.
It is crazy EV. If you do well, you get if you top 8, it's an automatic gold foil legendary. Do you get a PTI for winning? Did I read that too, or did I make that?
No, I didn't see any PTIs.
Okay, no PTIs, but it's like $1,500 cash to first place, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So it's strictly like EV tournament on Friday just for playing. You are literally already ahead.
You'll make almost like 10 grand if you win on Friday.
Because if you sell the tournament pack, you probably pay for your entry by itself.
Yeah. The tournament pack cards, if you guys are unaware, are going for buco bucks right now. You're selling yellow spears of surreality for like $80. It's insane. They're
it's kind of crazy.
Flick Flacks are like 140. You know, it's craziness. Those cards are worth so much money.
And I want to. There's 2 PTIs on Friday. Okay.
I thought that was odd. Normally they give.
I just wanted to make sure.
There is 2 PTIs, so I'm not crazy.
So you're crazy.
I mean, you're crazy, but it has nothing to do with the PTIs.
Yeah. No, nothing to do with what I said in the last about the PTIs.
Yeah,
let's just leave that alone. Okay. Next topic. Why would you short print the sync below so much that you are not going to give them to calling entries? And let me follow up here. It is insane to me that I am better off financially to get in my car, drive to Atlanta Thursday night, and not compete in the calling. Because probably the only way I'm going to make more money is to win the damn calling.
What makes it even worse is if you day 2 the calling, the only cold foil sync event is Sunday at like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
You actually can't play the showdown.
Yeah, you can't even play the showdown.
If you're X2 going into day 2 of the calling, are you just saying fuck it and playing at 10 a.m. to get a sync below?
Fuck yeah. Absolutely.
You got to sweep to top 8. You got to be X1 or undefeated going into day 2 of the calling. And don't get me wrong. If I was X2 at the calling, I would play it out. It's just who I am. I understand. Not everybody agrees with that, but I would because it's who I am. But it's just you're better off to play in these events. So why do you all think? God, I love that Sam's cat is just all over him tonight, and I keep seeing Taylor's cat walk across the screen too.
Oh yeah,
I love this so much. It's giving me real FOMO. But why not enough copies for the calling? Do you guys have a rationale behind that? I would be curious to know.
I just honestly thought they did not print enough of these things. It's the only thing that makes sense to me because. Yeah. If you printed 3,000 of these bad boys, we'd have 9 sync events. You wouldn't be relegated to 5 sync events in a 280 person LL event.
I don't understand because it's how expensive is it to print? It's you're just leaving money on the table. It feels like from a business side.
If you were going to have a calling, it's this crazy ass cool promo, you're gonna hand out. And you're going to cap the calling at 600 people, why would you not print enough for the calling players?
Artificial FOMO?
We're going to stick it to Jacob Clements? Is that the deal? Oh no, he's going to have to win another calling. Second place and his weekend's dog shit. Is that the goal?
No, it's more about to show that you can generate promos for an event that are worth money. Instead of an average $60-$70, we can have a promo that's worth $250 One Piece or Riftbound and stuff like that. That's just a theory. Why they would short print it and make it a rare promo for an event.
I understand that we're trying to move in the direction of rare promos, but I think if this is LSS's attempt to compete with metal cards, then I think they need to fucking get off of the acid that Lauren and Sam had for an hour and a half and come back to reality. Like,
Said we wanted more things like Riftbound. I didn't mean captive events in no time. This is not what I meant, guys.
Curled.
This is no.
Oh, that's so good, dude. That's so good.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Next thing. Now, I am gonna throw a little bit of shade at Fab Foundry for this one. Why the hell did the tickets go live at 2:00 on a motherfucking Friday? Like,
that's fair. That's fair criticism.
Like,
what's a better time?
Honestly, I don't know. Let me rephrase. Maybe my issue is not with the time. It's that we didn't know.
It's that they sold out.
Well, no, it's not even that they sold out. Like, I get it, high demand events or whatever. If they'd have put a cap on 1,000 players, it'd probably still be sold out. It would have taken 2 or 3 hours, but I still think it would have sold out at 1,000 players coming to Atlanta. Like, if I'm just being brutally honest, like, I think it would have.
I can see that.
But why not have the time on there? Because every time I kept asking, and I'm talking about the morning of, I am asking, what time does the sale go live? And nobody could tell me.
Told you 16 times, sir. You just don't look in the team. I literally had
I don't know.
Yeah, after lunchtime. You all were in there talking about it like after I had been up and had 3 meetings on Friday morning.
I pinged everybody the night before what time it was. That is a true fact. I pinged.
Well, so yeah, we pinged that it was probably that they were thinking about doing it at noon, and then we pinged when they went down for maintenance. So that means that they were probably about to send it live, and then we pinged again when it went live about 10 minutes after.
Right. What part of anything that Sam just said tells me that on their website they said, "Hey, we're selling these tickets at X time"?
Well, the ping was literally a thing that says, "Hey, at this X time." I'm gonna like semi-defend people here.
No, you told me that.
Oh, well, I'm just, thanks.
You couldn't go. I'm not. No. I'm not upset.
No, yeah, he's saying for like the lay player that doesn't have the idea.
Oh yeah.
Like,
they just got fucked.
Why could you not go to Fab Foundry's website and see that, hey, these tickets go on sale at 2:00 Eastern time? Like, why? That is my criticism. Not with you all. I understand. I had people messaging me, very kind people messaging me, telling me that the tickets were about to go up and I was being pinged left and right, which was very nice. But, like, I don't understand why that wasn't there. That really bothers me.
Yeah, no, I understand. Okay. They should have put out like an LSS, like on the LSS comms that said, "Hey, tickets go live for Atlanta, blah, on this day at this time." Yeah, I agree there.
Okay, so now that we're all talking about the same thing.
Yeah. No, I understand your frustration with that, and I think for most players that were considering doing this are like probably have a little bit of a sour taste in their mouth that they didn't get even the chance to decide. That's fair.
Yeah, they didn't, and like I'm gonna talk about this because I feel like there are some things I say when we talk about card games from a position of privilege. And this is one of them that I feel like I should use my privilege to talk about why I don't like this. Because I was pinged by my team. I was pinged by members of the community. I was a normal working schmo on Friday. If people hadn't been hitting me up all day, I wouldn't have known. And when I say all day, I mean when everybody said, "Hey, the site went down for maintenance. Expect it to go up sometime soon." So, like, if I wasn't a streamer, somebody in the public eye all the time, I wouldn't have known. And it's like, I don't know.
I agree.
I wish that we had a place to be like, "Hey, it said on the website these are going live at 2:00. If you didn't know that, it's because you didn't fucking look. That's your own damn problem." But instead, like, everybody now has complaint equity, and I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to make everybody like sound like they're bitching. I'm just saying, like, it is frustrating.
Yeah, that's a reasonable thing to have a problem with. I think it's something super easy to fix too, like going forward.
I know I started this conversation very heated when we talked about this whole thing, but I really wish that there had been like a more public announcement of like when they were going live. I feel like that was a big fumble on the TO side.
That's reasonable. That's reasonable.
All right.
I completely agree with you.
What else have we not talked about? Calling 100. I'm sure there's more. I'm sure there's more.
There's always more, buddy. There's always more. Okay, I'm going to be a little positive here. I'm very excited for calling 100 so I can play one of the new heroes. Well, I'm going to try to, depending on like cards and stuff, but I'm going to try to brew a new hero.
quote unquote,
Yeah.
maybe not a new one.
Yeah, maybe not.
But a release one.
New cards. I mean, set 20 looks like a banger, like by far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like the set looks cool. I'm excited for calling 100. Honestly, I'm excited for calling Kansas City.
All right, bitching. The BNR for this calling is 2 weeks before we play, which is crazy if you want to prepare a deck for LL and CC.
Well, CC, hold on, I'm going to finish this one. CC, they said that they're not going to ban anything this BNR. Like, they've, like, in the last BNR, they literally say, hey, we're not, it's what it is, what it is. Now, does that mean the format's going to be good?
I've heard that tune before.
No.
I've heard that story before.
I do think LL gets an overhaul.
Oh, this son of a bitch. He's popping out a cold Pop-Tart right in front of me.
I was literally telling somebody on my stream earlier tonight that I literally saved the last pack of Pop-Tarts and had something else for breakfast this morning just for this moment.
Just for you. Do that right in front of my cat.
You sick bastard, dude.
Oh, it's so good, Sam.
So I'm not too happy about the VNR for what will probably be largely geared towards making, I hope, LL a more rounded format, because right now it is very much a coin flip simulator in my experience. I'm not super excited to play coin flip simulator to any degree. So
I don't know if either of you guys were in the team Discord last night, but
yes.
I watched 28 games of Living Legend, and it looked like the most miserable thing I have ever watched.
28 games in like 90 minutes too, because they ended in 2 turns every time.
Yeah, it was like
playing LL last night.
We were playing Acilio versus Chain. It was Luke and Austin were.
It was miserable. It was like, oh, do you have it? Nope. Miserable. Okay, good game.
It was literally, did you find it? All right, GG. It was like Acilio found the combo. Here is 45 to 75 damage. You didn't find the combo. Chain killed you by the 3rd turn. Like,
yeah, it was insane. It was like,
what a time to be alive.
Yeah.
All right. Next set of things to talk about with the calling. We're going to have to pre-register for side events and this LL, I guess, side event, whatever, the Friday event. We don't know when those are going live yet. We've been told approximately a couple weeks for those guys, but they've been adjusting it.
We were told that it was going to be September the 18th, and then that was taken down.
Yes.
So it is up in the air.
If you still want to go to Calling 100, even without a ticket to the calling itself, maybe you want to actually get in on some of these side events for the sync promos, I wouldn't blame you. You won't know if you can get a seat at one of the side events until 2 weeks before. How are you supposed to book travel, lodging, time off of work? Coordinate with your family? I don't know. Like, a lot of people are in their 30s when they play this game. You got like childcare, maybe? Like, that's a lot to coordinate in 2 weeks if you want to go do this. Like, that's pretty rough.
Yeah.
A lot.
I mean, I don't know who's responsible for like what's happening with the seating on that kind of stuff, or if they don't, like, maybe they don't have a final number on how many of the promos they have, so they can't tell us until the 18th when they actually get them in hand or something like that. I don't know. But for people who are like even in the area might want to come over and see the calling, there may not even be a reason to do so.
So how do they not know how many they have?
I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure.
I'm not. This is not me pointing the finger at Fab Foundry. I get it. They are working with what they have. If LSS does not know how many of these they have available to give, what is happening? What is falling apart? because they're already printed. They have to be.
Yeah. They were printed probably 6 months ago.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they have to already be printed, because it's like, if Sam was saying that there's no way we'll get more in time for Worlds, like, they have to be printed. There's a set number. Is James White deciding how much he wants to walk up to a booth and rip up, like at an event? Like, is that what we're debating here? I'm sorry. That was a lot. That was a
That was a good one. Oh, reprints.
But what's the holdup here? And this is not me pointing the finger at Fab Foundry. This is like strictly me pointing the finger at LSS.
I think this is all speculation. There's no truth to anything I'm about to say. But I think what happened is they probably printed like 10 to 12 sheets. They go, and then they went, okay, well, we're estimating a side event will be 150, 200 people. We can do 7 events. And they put out 7 events. The calling sells out instantly. And they go, well, if there's going to be that many people at the calling, that means there's going to be probably 1,100 people at the event. And we don't have that many syncs for this many people. So we're going to have to reorganize everything because the calling sold out. So we're going to take the side event time out, and we're going to figure out what to do because this is happening. And then LSS goes, hey, well, we need 5 events now, because if we have an estimated 1,100 people at the event, we only have enough sync belows for 5 events. And then they did it the way it is now.
Right. But I guess that still doesn't answer the question of, like, why are we waiting till September the 18th, quote unquote?
It's not September 18th anymore.
I know, but that was the original date posted.
Because I think it has to do with the lottery system.
Pull another calling special? I just need to be on the page refreshing every day and pray to God I get a ticket?
I think they're trying to come up with a solution for getting people into the side events. I don't think they're going to do the calling thing again, because the average player on Twitter has been very calm and normal about it. So they're trying to come up with a reasonable alternative that will negate the outcry or the emails that LSS and Fab Foundry are having right now.
I'm sure it's hell over there right now.
God. I would hate to be the Fab Foundry email guy right now. I am so sorry to whoever that is. I know you have nothing to do with happening. I'm so sorry, email guy.
I mean, we're throwing around the Fab Foundry's name a lot. I do want to kind of harp on that. There was a market improvement from Star City to working with the Fab Foundry guys.
Yes.
They've been doing an excellent job at all these tournaments. Really like what they're doing. So I just, again, want to throw that out there. I want to say that, we're trying to, we are upset that there is a problem. We don't know where it's coming from. I don't want to stick the blame where it doesn't belong.
Yeah, Fab Foundry's been amazing. Every time we went to their events, they've been run smoothly. What's the event that we went to that sucked at? Wasn't Memphis? Well, maybe it was Memphis.
Montreal is where you and I sucked it up at.
Was that Fab Foundry? No, I don't think it was.
I don't think that one was run by Fab Foundry. Fab Foundry ran Memphis.
Memphis was great because that was the cashless one where you scanned the QR code when you walked in and you could do whatever you wanted to. That was nice. That was way better than having to go up and talk to people.
Yeah. They did Vegas as well, the same thing.
Oh, Vegas was awesome, but I wasn't there that much.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yo, call back. We're already calling back.
Yeah, that is like a huge problem for people actually trying to schedule if they can even fucking make it to this event. Like, is it? I hope that they come up. I hope it's not a lotto system, really, because a lotto system would also suck, but it may also just be the best solution, which is unfortunate.
What if, they have people sign up for the LL event, and if you haven't signed up for the calling, you get first dibs. I don't know. Dude, I don't know. I don't know what the solution is other than print more sync belows. The lotto system sucks, but it might.
LSS puts it. You sync below system. If you sign up for one of these events, you just don't get it, and they mail it to your house like the fucking Command and Conquers.
Honestly, you think I'd complain about that?
It sounds like the best thing they could do.
You will get it in 9 months to a year. Good luck.
I mean, that would suck, but it would be better than not getting one at all, I guess. Oh,
Do you think we get handwritten notes with them? Kind of like what we do with the concise CNCs? Get a little handwritten note. Sorry, this happened.
One was... Jesus.
Zach's so serious.
I've spewed a lot of negativity, so I'm trying to rein in a little bit. I'm pretty frustrated by a lot of things that have happened recently, so I'm just trying to take it easy and not, like completely lose my shit over the entire episode and just be like screaming for the whole 2.5 hours we're doing this.
Oh, dude, you're kind of like the guy I saw in your stream. Is like, you're not the streamer I fell in love with.
Oh my god!
What?
Dude, yeah,
someone said that shit.
Yeah.
Dude, it was a banger too, because I'm in the chat with like the team, and so we just started spamming that in his chat.
Everybody just started saying it.
This was that thing.
Yeah.
I got it like 15 minutes after you guys were doing this thing. You're still cackling about it.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, that started because somebody not on the team said that in the chat. And it was like,
yeah.
and
Austin was like, dude, did you read this?
I'm not the streamer you fall in love with because I like to criticize people instead of just sticking my nose up their fucking ass and praising them at all times.
You can see that Zach took this very well.
Honestly, when I was live, I blew past it. Like when people say dumbass shit like that, like it goes in one ear and out the other. Like it means
that's good. That's good.
It respectfully to the person who said that, if you're watching this, it means so little to me that I stopped thinking about it the moment you said it. Like
what that person needs to look into like what a parasocial relationship is.
If you have genuine concerns with like me changing or who I am, then like send me a message. If you say some like passive aggressive Twitter bullshit in my fucking YouTube chat, like I literally laugh at your insignificance to my life, and then I move on with my life and never think about you again. Like that's the life I'm living right now.
We're so different. I'm a petty bitch.
I know. You like to engage. For my own mental health, I just keep walking because, like, and I say that I have had a few people reach out to me and like share genuine like comments that like they feel like I have become more negative and stuff like that, and I've talked to them and like had conversations with them about that, and I enjoy that kind of stuff because I enjoy feedback from people, like hearing what people like or don't like about my stream. But yeah, like stupid ass shit like that, like dude, that fucking. Yeah, go pound sand, dog. Fuck off. Like,
I had a similar engagement. We're going to cover this a little more heavily later, but we had a bit of a disagreement, me and a lot of the people in the Breakpoints community this afternoon.
Damn, I didn't even get to read this shit. I'm hearing about this for the first time now, which is fucking gold.
It's a whole ass question, and it's really good to talk about, but it was a big conversation where they were calling out what might have been a little bit of either inconsistency with how we approach competitive integrity, and I thought it was even though that they were trying to bring it up in I think a very like reasonable manner, it was still an argument, and I really appreciate those things. So you guys, like, I want to say, don't feel afraid of like bringing up genuine thoughts and concerns, because no one ever changes their mind if you don't do that kind of stuff. And that's one of the beautiful things about having a community and people to engage with, to have these kind of conversations that, maybe I am wrong, maybe, someone else is wrong, and being able to talk it out. No one's ever going to change their mind if you don't have an honest conversation. Don't do what happened to Zach, where they, tell you, I don't love you anymore, you're not the same person. That doesn't quite have the same effect. But if you have a genuine concern, then I am more than happy to hear it. I think everyone else probably in a similar boat.
I mean, so what was this conversation about this afternoon? Should we talk about it? Like, was it like important enough?
We'll fucking do it. All right, we'll fucking do it. We're gonna jump ahead a little bit.
Is it on our list of things to talk about?
It's a podcast question, and it was a very interesting one. So I think it was the very last, or no, it was episode 48. Someone asked us a question about should there be open decklists in Fab, and all three of us said no. And our reasons were mostly along competitive integrity of people who bring like brews to tournaments, or you have like silver bullet cards, or you've constructed your deck in a way to like get an advantage that if it's an open deck list, you would lose that advantage. This is like particularly prominent because of the Acilio problem, which I think is a kind of a different beast altogether. So Capamello came with, I think, a well thought out kind of comment about how if you guys are not aware and at home in LA, there was a Discord created to scout everyone at the tournament. And everyone was invited. There was no limits. Anybody could join. And if you knew about it, anyone could send you the invite. And I know that Taylor and I, for a fact, got invited to this Discord. I definitely did join it. I did look in there.
Pro Tour LA?
Yes,
Okay,
in Pro Tour LA.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I don't know if you were invited to this at all, Zach.
He was because no, it wasn't LA. It was
Vegas. Jesus
it
Christ.
Was Vegas.
I was saying LA. Sorry.
Yeah.
I meant Vegas.
Yeah.
I fucking
It was
the
in a
LA
team
Riftbound thing in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like. Again, I say this with all the love I can. You guys send 500 messages a day. Like, I don't.
I understand.
Welcome to having a team, Zach. Jesus.
Yeah,
dude.
listen, it's great. And, when I happen to find 6 hours where I have nothing else to do with my day,
6 hours.
I sit down and I read it all because it's how much you will talk. Y'all talking about and like half the time it's Gary being like, oh, who am I sleeping on top of when we go to this event? And shit like that. Like, that's half of the conversations. You don't come at me with this. It's hilarious.
Why are you mad? We love each other and get along, Zach. You're going to make fun of us for that?
I told Gary he could sleep under me because Emma was sleeping on top of me, and he didn't come to Kansas City. What is this? Of course I'm mad. No, I believe that you all talked about this Discord, but I don't remember seeing this conversation.
Yeah. So, meme aside, this Discord was created. I don't even know who or what the original purpose was, but when I was made aware of it and invited, this Discord's explicit purpose was to scout people at the Pro Tour, what kind of deck they were on. You listed hey, I played against a Cilio, it was Spellio, or it was Auroreo, and that was the idea. So we joined it, and that, brings up a decent kind of conflict with, we just said we don't want Decklists to be open, but here we are joining the Discord, explicitly telling people what kind of deck they're on. Which, it's a fair criticism, I think. I think there's a bit of a delineation between wanting to know pre-sideboarding what kind of deck I'm playing against and what I think is competitive integrity involving cards that are specifically in your deck. And that's kind of the delineation I want to kind of harp on. But I mean, let me kind of finish off. Capamello asked that, they don't really want to rehash this older topic, but it found that it was a bit weird that, that at least Taylor and I were definitely in this Discord, and there were people logging precise numbers of blizzards in Jarl or seduce secrets in Kasai, which is definitely a thing that happened in there. I saw a lot of those things, and I saw a lot of them actually wrong because I knew some of the people there that had these deck lists and got scouted. And for example, one of the very first ones, Thomas got scouted. It's literally 8 a.m. before the Pro Tour. He's playing a practice match in Jarl, and someone saw that he was on Channel the Tranquil Domain and Pummels, and he was not, in fact, on the number of copies of those cards that they said. So some of the information there was just blatantly wrong, which is another problem in and of itself. But I also want to kind of harp on the fact that this was kind of brought up in the manner that it was a multi-team organized network, and that was not the case. It was disorganized. Anybody could join if they wanted to. They just had to know that it existed. So it wasn't like it was trying to be exclusive and kind of really beat down on the people who don't have big teams. That's not what this is at all. If you feel that way, I'm sorry, but that wasn't the intention. And I can see the kind of frustration for a normal Joe Schmo comes to the PT, they qualify to their Pro Quest, they want to have fun and enjoy an experience of playing at a Pro Tour and competing at what is the highest level. And then kind of being a little bit disadvantaged by the fact that they don't know the inner circles enough to be invited to a server like this and maybe gain an advantage of knowing what your opponent is against. I also kind of want to harp on the fact that I used this Discord, and I played against literally no one who was scouted. So it didn't do anything for me at all.
He would have won round 4 against Fatigue Hollow.
I might have beat that Fatigue Hollow if I knew. Beside the point, though, like that was definitely my fault for not winning the game anyway, and I don't, this wouldn't have impacted. This didn't impact it, but maybe it would have. That's definitely something to keep in mind. If I want to say that, like, one of the things that I care about, like, keeping the integrity of as far as like picking your deck kind of competitively is a lot of like small choices as well, which is why I'm not like super gung-ho about open deck lists, because I think like people make explicit decisions like I'm going to run, for example, 2 Fates, 2 Sinks is my split. So when I'm playing against a deck and they have to count how many D-Reacts I have, they think, oh, what if they're on 6 total D-Reacts and I haven't seen the other 2? Like, I have had that interaction come up in games and actually have a meaningful impact. Things like that. Or like there's a silver bullet card in my deck, but there's only 2 of it, and they're like thinking, oh, what if there's a 3rd? Or maybe I only run 1 and I saw it early, and now they have to think about what are the odds that they found the next 2, but they're not in my deck. It's very small things like that, but actually lead to like a meaningful competitive edge, I think, sometimes. But even that aside, if you say that doesn't even matter at all, and that an open deck list wouldn't change those things, I don't think that's necessarily a completely unreasonable opinion either. What was brought up in this conversation to me by a few different people was that this has happened in other card games, shocker, and they explicitly referenced Magic and how Mengu and his team paid somebody. It was like 20 guys on the team. They all paid this guy like $20 each or something to run around a venue and scout everyone in the tournament for a Magic tournament, which is crazy to think about, but not like something that's impossible in Fab. If Team Armory, not just, anybody, not necessarily those guys are, throwing them under the bus they've done or anything, but like, just for an example, a big team, they, we'll use the Runaways. They used to be very big. Let's say that they did it maybe one time. They don't exist anymore. I can't offend everybody, right? Let's say that they paid a guy $20, or, maybe someone didn't qualify for an event and their team had someone just walk around all the tables and mark down what everyone was playing. That's pretty problematic and does definitely give a significant advantage to people who are not doing that. I think that's a reasonable take to have. And thinking about that a little bit longer, that people can just do something like that, and it does, I think, have a meaningful disadvantage for people who are involved in something like that. It kind of got me thinking maybe I'm wrong about something like that. Maybe it is a net positive, sort of, to have an open deck list if something like that can't give an advantage to someone who just happens to be able to have someone that can walk around the tournament hall and track what everyone's doing. I think that problem is a lot less difficult in Fab, because if you just sit down at any Pro Tour, you're going to know 80% of the people that are playing on that Pro Tour because it's the same people every time. So there's not like as big of an advantage like for other people. If you're on like any kind of team, if you're on like a 10-person team and you guys all sit down, you can scout 5 other people from your seat. And if 9 other people do that, that's 45 people. You do that for 3 rounds, you start getting a pretty significant number of people that are actually at the tournament. And I also think that this advantage completely dissipates after day 2, because everyone who needs to know, like, you're in their bracket, they're playing a Cilio, they need to know what you're on, they can find that out. Almost assuredly, everyone can find that out before they actually play in day 2, especially because these are split format events where you're only going to have to play like 5 rounds potentially against anybody. So it's a lot easier to do. That's a lot of word vomit that I just threw out there. Do you guys have thoughts so far?
I don't know. I'm listening.
I have a few thoughts, actually. Yeah, I wasn't there for the discussion this afternoon. So honestly, a lot of these things that are being said, like Sam's describing, I'm kind of getting to think about for the first time. I think there are... The first thing that I want to talk about is you said that that Mello said that, it almost felt like it was more like big team organized. as opposed to
Yes.
like being open to everyone. And I understand what you're saying by saying it's open to everyone, but this is something that like it's a great example of. Now, granted, maybe this is a bad example because I wasn't fucking in the Discord anyway. But like before you all and our team, I would never have known something like this existed. I would not have been invited. I wouldn't have even known that this was a thing at a tournament. Now, but like I knew it was there, even if I wasn't in there because I don't read messages, I had the opportunity to know it was there because of my team, because of you all that providing that information for me. So I had access to that because I'm on a team. So I understand that it may not have naturally have been this like, teams are ganging up and like piloting together. But I do think that part of what Mello said is kind of true because
Yeah.
you are privy to more information in the TCG space when you are on a team of people who know more people, who talk to more people, stuff like that. So I think part of that stands.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
The second thing is strictly referring to open deck lists. Now, I understand that a lot of people say open deck lists and scouting are the same thing. I don't think that's necessarily true. And my rationale for this is that if you are playing Spellcilio and you have found this silver bullet card that helps you race aggro decks, and you're playing, some number of it in your sideboard. If Sam walks by the table and sees me playing Spellcilio, he's going to know I'm on Spellcilio. If I'm playing against Jarl, like a fatigue matchup, I may not even have this card in my deck to be playing it. So the scouting aspect did not open this like new set of information. But if I sit down across from Taylor and I show him my deck list, he knows my exact 80 cards and he knows exactly what my sideboard tech for him is and how I can use it against him. So I'm not saying that people are wrong for wanting open deck lists, but I've always been against open deck lists because I am at some level a brewer. I like to try spicy things in the sideboard and try to make like, some matchups interesting with like, I tried Poison the Well the other night in Aurora. It was awful, but like it could have been really cool and that could be sweet tech. And open deck list tells you that I'm on that and maybe you sideboard out Fiddler's Green because it's in the deck and you don't want to have to play around it. So I think that there's a big difference between scouting and open deck lists.
And that kind of, I think, leads to the more intriguing and complicated part of this discussion. At what point do we hit it's a net negative on the average player for scouting between teams to exist in this capacity to outweigh the negative of open deck lists? Because I don't think you're wrong. I think there is like a meaningful advantage to not knowing what your opponent is on when you sit down across from them. I also think that there's definitely a meaningful disadvantage to having no idea if they're on Arcane or Physical Acilia when you sit down, which is something that would be alleviated by scouting. So at what point do you kind of think we're drawing the line like, all right, half of the room gets this competitive advantage because they get to scout and see these extra things and talk about it because they're more in the know and connected to each other? And at what point is it like, is it now we've crossed that line where it would just be better if all deck lists were open no matter what?
Taylor, do you have thoughts? I did most of the yapping.
I'm kind of indifferent. I don't actually have an opinion here for the first time in this podcast history.
I don't think you've ever said that to me ever.
Yeah, like, I've never heard you say those words.
I'm like super gray here.
So I have an opinion. It's funny, Taylor doesn't have an opinion, and I have multiple on this topic. I think we're already there, where the disadvantage is to the average player. So I would say not always, and it's not always as black and white, but on like a vague plane of existence, like in a vacuum, I am more benefited by being on a team than the average person who is not, who tests with like, their locals when they can get them to show up, or they play Talishar games against randoms a few days a week. They are getting like less out of that experience than I'm getting more out of being a team. Now, you take Joe Schmo, who is already at a disadvantage going to an event already with their testing, with everything they've done to prepare, so on and so on and so on. When we move to a tournament and you talk about scouting, there's 12 of us on the team? 13? Something like that? Like, I'm just...
we're at 14 total now.
14? Yeah, so there's 14 of us on a team. Let's say half of us. No, let's take Kansas City, for example. Calling Kansas City's coming up. There are 3 of us on the team going, and my buddy Trent is joining us. So if there are quote-unquote 4 of us...
With Top 8 Trent.
That's right. Top 8 Trent lives on, baby. If there are 4 of us that scout the event and talk about it and use a, like, Discord chat to say, oh, like, I don't know. Brody's on this. Michael Fung's on this. Blah, 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 blah. We are already at an advantage to the idea of the random player. Because what might happen is, let's say Taylor plays against Michael Fung. Well, he puts in our team chat, Michael Fung's on whatever.
Cilio,
like, just to make it easy. And he says, and Taylor, in passing, walking to the next round, I say, oh, I'm playing Michael Fung. And Taylor goes, oh, he's playing Auroreo. Well, if I'm playing a, like, fatigue different strategy, I can bring in another piece of blocking equipment and play AB1, as opposed to being forced to play AB2 or 3 in that matchup. And so now it's changed everything. Well, Bob, who's at their first calling, and they've done all their testing by themselves, they don't have that. They may run AB3 or 4 into Michael Fung, and then Michael Fung gets points because he's on Auroreo. And, like, so I think we've already crossed this line. Like, I felt this way for a long time, that if you are on a team, you automatically have an advantage to everybody else who is not on a team, just due to the idea that they are testing by themselves. They may have friends or something like that, but, like, they are testing by themselves. They are working on this by themselves. So, like, I personally think we've already crossed over this line with the team concept.
You think that you go, Taylor.
There's definitely an advantage to being on a team. I think that is one of the advantages you get for being on a team, and that's kind of like why you play a card game usually, is to have that bonding experience. And I mean, that's why every good player is on a team. Like, that is just a simple. I mean, there's some people that are like mercs that are, like, work with other teams, periodically and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I think 90% of any players ever won a calling is on a team. Because of the fact that you just mentioned, hey, I get this well of knowledge from other players and insight from other players and stuff like that. And, like, I mean, of course, you don't, like, go to your first calling with a team, of course, but, like, you make friends and you eventually build those bonds to start a team, or you make a friend that already has a team and you get invited to it. And it's like, yeah, teams do give you, like, a house edge. It's not much. I mean, no, like, I've never been between rounds 1 and 2 and also come up to me and be like, Joe Schmo's on this, and I look down at my phone, it's Joe Schmo. The odds are very astronomically low.
Right.
But, like, having the ability for that to happen is a house edge compared to the regular field of someone that doesn't have a team. So inherently there is an advantage to being on a team. Like, I mean, like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's just, it is what it is. That's why every card game, they always talk about the best teams. Like, Team Handshake and Magic. And then, like, Grand Archive has teams. Fab has their teams. Like, teams are such an integral part of TCGs that if you watch the Pro Tour, they literally have teams to watch. It is such an integral part of the TCG experience, is to be, with this group of people that you love hanging out with, you're friends with, that you do get house advantage over an average player. And it's like, the best thing that I ever did was start a team. And, like, I started a team with, it's funny enough, Drew was on the team that I started 5 years ago. And Lucas and all these other people that I'm still on a team with Drew now again. It's like, the point of card games like this is to make those little clicks that you enjoy. And it's like you get house advantage. It's kind of like in World of Warcraft when you make a guild, but you get like a guild bank. It's like, yeah, I get a benefit for doing something that, is integral to the part of the game. And so it's like, if people are complaining that it's too elitist to promote teams, which I have seen before, I can show you that post. That's a completely different rabbit hole. It's something that you should be working towards is to make a team or join a team and to get that like 1% house edge. But that's a completely different conversation. But it's regards like, yeah, like there's nothing I can do about having an edge as a team. It's like I have 13 other people I can ask questions about all 24/7 and they can give me a good answer.
It kind of pushed this back a little bit towards topic.
Sorry. Yeah.
No, you're fine. I think we take this exact actually and say, now, does this small house edge, has it compounded in, recent times enough that we need the solution of open deck lists to remove that edge for the other players?
So, there was a post in Zach's Discord that had the most unique idea to fix this. And it's
yeah.
I actually, the more I thought about
it's kind of interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to find their name in a second. Hold on, petting cat. But they mentioned something. They're like, well, why don't you just have 60 cards that you show your opponent and the other 20 is hidden? So like you look down your phone and you have 60 cards from your opponent, but the 20 other cards are hidden. And I was like, honestly, that kind of slapped. I was like, that is kind of a fun one because then if they're Aurorio or Spellio. But they could be hiding pummels and they like the secret sauce. I thought it was a fun.
Yeah. It's a cool concept. I don't know how you would implement it and how it would actually play out, but I think as a thought experiment, there's a lot of strength to this argument. I like it.
Yeah.
Broken Zach's brain. He's still processing.
I don't know. It's really interesting. Like you've got me thinking about this one. Like I don't know who suggested that topic, but
yeah, it fixes the scouting issue. So it's like you don't need teams to know if they're on Spellio or Cilio, stuff like that. And it also allows you to keep your cool tech and secrets hidden for the matchups.
I actually think this might be the best solution I've heard to this topic yet. Like, honestly, I genuinely think that this is like, because you're allowing me to say, here are 60 cards. Like, is...
Frozen Phoenix mentioned it.
There we go.
Here's 54 cards in my 6, equipment and weapons or something like that.
It's like,
and then all these other 20 cards are in my sideboard.
Yeah, it's that idea.
It could be.
You can show your sideboard in there. It doesn't like there'll be no like. You can show like 3 Sync, 3 Fate into Keynote, but they don't know if you have Oasis Respite. It's like it's actually just perfect.
And then you're also creating this like new like edge that you have to like think about. Like, what cards do I want to show? What cards are so commonly aware of that I'm going to show them to you? And what cards am I hiding to get an edge? That's like, don't get me wrong. I think that sounds like a nightmare to implement at a calling or something like that.
100%.
Like, it would be miserable. But that's an awesome idea.
Yeah. I was like, I kind of like the extra mental game beforehand where you look at your opponent's list and you're like, oh my God, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah, I like that a lot. That's pretty cool. I will say, like, I think going back to Sam's question almost sounded more of like hey, the options are open deck list or not. Do you think we do open deck list to solve this problem? Even though I have traditionally been very against open deck lists, I would rather everybody be on the same playing field when it starts. Like me versus like, Joe Schmo or whoever it is that is, not on a team and doing all their testing by themselves. So I would have to say yes to open deck list because I think it benefits the community more as a whole than it does not.
So would you extend the match timer to an hour for 5 minutes of review before every match?
You get 60 seconds. I'm serious. You get 60 seconds. Like that is you need it to be fast. You don't need 5 minutes to look at my deck list. You're getting all the public knowledge of my deck list in 60 seconds. And before anybody even comes into the comments and starts arguing with me that that's not long enough, if you want to prove it's long enough, have somebody you don't know write down 60 words on a paper and then flip it over and time yourself and see how many you can memorize in 60 seconds. You can literally practice this skill like you could anything else in Flesh and Blood.
I think
you're probably like on the right area. It doesn't need to be fast, but that might be a little bit too short, maybe a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah, just add 5 minutes.
I mean, I think you could find a happy medium of like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, and it'd be fine.
But like 57 is such an odd number. You have to make it either 60 or 55, man. Come on. That'd be insane. Oh, rounds are 57 minutes? I wouldn't play the game. My OCD would just kill me every time I look up and see 57. Like,
I just like, I don't know. I also like, maybe you include it in your sideboarding time. Like you start the timer 55 minutes. Here's each other's deck lists. It's going away at the 50-minute, and you all have to start playing.
I'm totally down for this. However, I think the way tournaments implement the match timer is not very accurate, and they will start the timer before everyone even sits down sometimes. And like in a perfect world, I think your solution is fine in the 5 minutes, but I think there are plenty of times where I'm like finding my seat as the timer starts.
Okay.
I'll just send them my fucking February link at this fucking rate. Jesus Christ. Here you go, buddy.
All right, so
February.
I guess to to wrap up this kind of concept, I want to ask another question where if Acilio LL's tomorrow, do we still have this problem? Is it still that bad?
I mean, I don't think this is just Acilio.
I think traditionally they kind of killed this like hard switchboard style stuff. Like there are some exceptions where like you have the pistol package and dash, which I think is like everyone is aware it's a small package. You know, if you're a fatigue deck, this is what you're going to see, as opposed to switchboard Florian, which was a completely different monster.
So the like example that I would give right now is like there's two versions of Ira. You know, there was an Ira fatigue deck in top 8 of Calling Montreal. That deck was hard. Sure, but I'm saying like that deck was hard fatigue from the moment it sat down. And that's not the version of Ira I'm expecting to play into when I sit down. Like, is Ira on like sinks and shelters and shit like that? Like to play some defensive value? Yeah, absolutely. But that was like a hard fatigue deck. And so then I think you also have this opportunity of, like Jarl is another example. There was multiple versions of Jarl at the PT playing Sprout Strength and, like trying to get aggressive and playing like multiple pummels and things like that versus, some Jarls were on this like hard fatigue slop. Betsy is
or even like Victor. When Victor before yellowed, you had Turbo Goldman Estate or like actual tempo.
So I don't think that Acilio leaving necessarily fixes the problem. It kicks the can down the road until the next deck that has a hard pivot plan in the sideboard comes along. So I think you need, if you're going to look at solving the problem, I think you need to solve the problem one way or another instead of just saying, "Oh, Acilio's gone in a couple months. Like we'll figure it out then," kind of thing. I don't think that really works.
Okay. I think y'all are forgetting the best example why we shouldn't have the notes though. Did you guys see the top 8 of last weekend? Did you guys see the top 8 deck for Fang? The top 8? They didn't show any games. Okay, that's why we should. I'm gonna let him take a look at the list for a second and be like, "Holy shit!"
A decimator? Is that what this is?
It's hard fatigue. 9
hard
shunts.
Decimator.
They're on 9 shunts. They're on cleave. They're on bluntons. They're on heart of Fandle.
You can't do this.
3 last efforts.
It's true.
Yeah, you literally destroy the whole fun switchboard that people will bring to tournaments.
You definitely do kill it. I 100% agree. How much of that advantage? Well, no, I disagree with this immediately. I was going to pose that how much of the advantage is killed, like with the knowledge when you sit down versus deck construction before the tournament. But with something like Fang, it's a lot different. It's very easy to like, oh, this is turbo fatigue. I'm gonna bring out my fatigue stuff. Okay. All right. So I think it was a very healthy discussion that we had about what might be correct for it to be open deck list time. I honestly I think the monkey paw will curl a little bit on this, and people will not be happy about it if they actually implement it. I think the certainty of knowing what your opponent is on is like a level of mental clarity that you can't really quantify in competitive events. If no one has to like think like, oh, what if they're on this and they don't have to play around it like ever? I don't know. I think that impacts more than people kind of will understand.
It does
at first.
Like, I mean, Pummel's a good example. A lot of people play 2 Pummels at this PT instead of 3. And it's like, you never know. I could have had extra value for playing a 3rd Pummel at this event because nobody was ready for the 3rd one. So I think that's very accurate. Also, I'll have to join you guys on the topic. I have to pee. So, I'll be back in a minute. It's been an hour and 45 minutes. Sorry, guys. We're normally done.
I don't even want to edit this. I just want him to go pee. And that's just like, So, Sam, how's your week been?
Dude, I'm having a good week. We're doing the Team Breakpoints Palworld server. If you guys at home are playing the new Palworld 1.0 update, it's kind of fun. We're having a good time. We'll post PT break from all the hardcore fab grinding.
Dude, we have 6 people in there just playing Palworlds right now.
Yeah. It's good to take these little breaks. We talk about this sometimes where, like, I think breaks in Fab are looked on a little bit negatively, and they shouldn't be. You should have fun and play new games when they come out. It's a good, healthy thing.
Did you see the new Olympia spoiler card that they printed? The check raise card?
Oh, I have not seen any of the ones that came out today. I have not seen those.
Oh, dude, this card's insane. It's a 0 warrior action. The next time an attack you control wagers, it gets +4. Go again. Block 3.
It says 0 for 4?
It's a 0
in
for 4.
Warrior?
Yeah.
They
did it.
3?
They fucking did it. They did it.
Holy shit.
That
They're
card's
giving real
insane.
numbers to Warriors. The Mastery Pack Warriors looking lit as hell. I gotta say, like, if you're a Warrior fan, you're eating good.
Especially an Olympia fan.
Oh, yeah. Olympia looks kind of bananas. Olympia and Hall of both.
Dude, Kansas City's just going to be Spellio versus Warrior, and it's just going to be a fist fight to the death.
Honestly, I can see it happening.
Yeah. Zach.
All right, Zach.
What did I miss?
You missed an insane spoiler card.
Spoiler card?
Yeah. It's called Check Raise. It's not on the spoiler things yet, but it's called Check Raise. It's a 0-cost warrior action. The next time you attack and it wagers, it gets +4. Warrior finally got the +4. 0. They got Blaze Headlong that blocks 3.
So they have a Blaze Headlong that blocks 3, and their condition is wagers.
Yep.
I'm still reeling over the Yellow Saver Bloodshed they printed for Olympia. That card's crazy.
Why couldn't they have made that a Guardian card?
Do you mean Hala? Which one's Olympia?
The yellow wager card that says you gain an int if you win the wager.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that card's sweet.
Oh, I was thinking of the actual Saber Bloodshed that like sharpens, and then if you hit, you draw a card. Okay.
Yeah, it draws a card on the following turn.
Yeah.
But it's like essentially the value of Saver if it was yellow, is what I was trying to say. It's pretty lit card.
Do you think we could do a Dawn Blade Kasai deck?
I don't think I want to even try to do that.
Do you think an open deck list would ruin that?
Here we go, boys.
I think, like, honestly, if you made a deck like that function and you sat down and opened deck lists and someone opened it up, they'd be looking through your cards like, oh, this is normal warrior cards, and then they'd finally like scroll down or up to the weapons and be like, what the fuck? And then they have to close it and be like stun locked in sideboarding, and you'd like win on the spot.
What you do, so what you do is you take that idea of the 60 cards and you like do that with like Fang or something, but you only show them like a Dawn Blade. You just play like one Dawn Blade that is visible, and they're like, dude, they're playing some insane cards for just mono Dawn Blade Fang.
Bro.
That's how you
actually
spell lock
be
your opponent.
Funny.
That would actually be glorious, though.
He's playing 9
Ooh.
All
All right, boys.
Okay.
I'm going to keep us on topic a little bit, or else we're never going to finish, because we got the last major topic for tonight. We're talking about rust counters and Talishar and why you should care about it. Because I want to preface this topic. When I originally heard about this happening, I was like, I've got ad block, and I couldn't care less. This doesn't matter. It doesn't affect me at all. Who cares about 15-second ads? It's not a big deal. Well, it's a bigger deal than I thought it was, I think. It turns out. So, for anyone who's not aware, Talishar implemented rust counters, which means every time you play 3 games, you got to watch an ad. And I want to say that the ads you watch are like 15-second ads. They're not that bad. The ones... There are some bad ads. I'm going to start off immediately with that. The ones that like the McAfee pop out into a new tab that looks like just like ransomware, that shit's like not okay. I've seen that for other people kind of pop up, and I've also seen the like when we're when we're hydring and you see the ad in the bottom right corner and like you're like, yo, brother, why are there horny MILFs in your area at the bottom right of your screen right now?
I like the one that's like, are you gay? Take the gay test. And I was like,
yeah.
Am I? Why am I getting that ad? Is it targeted? Sweetheart, come here.
I've never been so happy to be a Talishar supporter as I am in this moment because I've never seen one of these ads, bro.
It's craziness. Like I'm
in the Discord of that. I was like, what an odd ad.
Yeah, those ones shouldn't exist. All right, I want to put a stance that like if you're gonna do ads, let's use some more standard things, hopefully, like local businesses or so. I don't know how they do this, how it's organized, what kind of like thing they use to provide their ads, but this ain't it. Anyway, moving back towards the main topic at hand. In order to get rid of the rust counters, you have to watch an ad, or you can subscribe to their Metafy at a $5 a month tier. I'm pretty sure. To remove ads entirely, you're a Talishar supporter, and that comes with like some other benefits where you get to like choose your playmat, card sleeves, things like that. Where I think a lot of the problem for this comes for me is not that they want to monetize their efforts in Talishar. It has to come through like the advertisements that I mentioned, and the fact that there is a lot more profit in this than I think people realize. When I thought they were adding on these ads, I thought it was to support like server costs or give them a little kickback on top of that, something small. But when this happened, I learned that they are raking in. It's 2 people who are benefited by this, and they are making between like $1,100 to like $1,500, give or take, a month on top of. So this is past the server fees they have to pay of $200 a month, which is way more than I thought it was bringing in. And then on top of that, like I mentioned, there's only the 2 people that get paid for this. If you don't know how Talishar is made, all of it is open source, which means that anybody can contribute to the code that runs Talishar. I know people who have contributed to Talishar, and they will receive no financial compensation from this stuff. And on top of that, in order for Talishar to even function as it does, the cards have to be pulled from a database. And that database is maintained by Tyler Luce, I believe is how to say his name.
Yep.
Who is like the GOAT of all things related to Fab. Like, we would collapse without this man's. And
we would actually
the compensation
be in like Stone Age without this guy.
Yeah.
Like for anybody who does not understand the gravity of what he does, it is like what's that meme where it's like the whole tower and then there's that one block
it's
on the side?
like a microscope.
That is
like,
that is Tyler. Like actually.
Yeah. so to like kind of put this in perspective a little bit, Tyler had a little bit of like a kind of like crash out a few months ago. We meant to actually talk about this on the podcast, but it kind of got missed a little bit, which I regret at this point. But to kind of catch you up, he was feeling a lot of burnout, and it was very taxing to like, create all of this in the database every time a set came out. Like, you drop everything, and you've got to program 500 fucking cards, or else February and Talishar break and can't do anything, and they can't actually keep up with the set coming out. And people are like, "Where are my cards?" And they don't realize it's just this one guy kind of maintaining everything, and blowing. This is his hobby, and he's like killing himself over it. Not literally, please God, but it's like it's a really big deal. And if you have any way to support somebody, that's who I would tell you to, because he is that important to the community. We would not be anywhere near as functioning online presence as we have without Tyler. And he's getting none of the kickback from all of this. Talishar would not function at all without Tyler. Like, they would have to create their own database and update it on their own on top of the Talishar stuff they do already. Bill from February is also not seeing any of this kickback, and they work pretty tightly together as well. You couldn't play on Talishar if you couldn't import your deck from February, right? Like, there's a lot of things that kind of factor into this, and for the pie to be increasing in size and to then be kind of siphoned off into just two people, it's kind of problematic a little bit. I understand they want to get paid, and I don't have a problem with that at all. It's just there's a lot of peripheral things to this that are like kind of problematic. And I think it kind of stemmed at the start, at least for me, with the fact that I thought this was going towards like maintaining and maybe a little bit of kickback, when it seems like it's a hell of a lot more. And I think maybe to some people, $1,100 a month isn't like an insane amount. And I think that's, totally fine to say, but I think that's a like pretty substantial sum of money for a lot of people.
I mean, just to clarify, like, the state of the world and, the state of our country, like $1,100 a month could change a lot of people's lives in a big way.
Yeah.
So, like, and I get it, like, there's nothing wrong with the fact that, like, if you make more money than that, like, we're not shaming you. I'm just saying, like, that is a significant amount of, change to bring in. So, Taylor, your thoughts?
Well, I want to start off by saying I'm trying not to be biased, since I was captain of Team Talishar for about a year, and our good friends with both people that are benefiting from Talishar's IPO.
It's a good way to say it like that, though, right? Because we've gone, I think, of an important distinction has been made now, where it's no longer a community passion project, where I would feel more than happy supporting them financially, to this is a product.
Yeah,
this is what you're paying for.
It has moved into like mobile game online that you buy, a monthly subscription for, it feels like. Which is kind of a bizarre one, because it's like, I remember it as like a community project, and now it is like an IPO'd like online resource. It's almost got commercialized, which I'm not a fan about, but like I understand that they want to get paid for their time. So it's like I'm in such a gray area with it, the whole situation. I don't like the way that you pay to commits and everything like that. But like if you're looking at like the maintaining, Oat and Joderick are the top two, with Aegis Swarm catching up very quickly because he puts a lot of work in. But when it comes to the IPOing of Talishar, I think we're starting to tread that water where it's like, when does LSS step in? Like, that's like the thing that I'm more like looking at, is like, at what point should LSS step in? Because at this rate, they've literally created the online Fab, thing for them, and they're profiting off of LSS's money whenever it was a community-driven project and there wasn't much money in it, and the money was just there for the server costs and everything like that, and the copyright, blah blah blah, like the server, the URL name and blah, IP and stuff, is like, oh, that makes sense. But once they're like actively profiting cash, I was like, now we're getting into this gray area where it's like, I think I'm like probably their 4th or 5th supporter ever. Like if you go on there, I have a special role called Founders of Solana. I think it's like 10 people, first 10 people to ever give them money. So I've been doing this since 2022, 21. And it's like, at this rate, I did it because I wanted the servers to stay online, not because I wanted to pay people. So I'm getting more and more iffy about the whole situation because they should get paid, but it's like, at what point is enough to get paid? It's like, if you're getting paid $1,000 a month to do this, why are there still ads? Like, let's say right now they go, hey, we've reached a goal. Let's say that I want to bring home $1,000 a month. Both of us bring home $1,000 a month to compensate our programming or whatever we're doing, and there's no more ads. It's like, then why don't you do that? But they haven't gave us a number. This is a whole thing that's been talked about on there, and that I'm not a big fan of, is that they keep moving the goalpost in which what they're trying to achieve with Talishar. The goalpost has been moved multiple times. And I don't know. Zach, what's your opinion? I want to try to articulate this a little bit more in my head.
So I would like to just read what I typed out in my Discord, if that's okay with you all, because I
Read it.
actually spent about 10 minutes typing it out and going through my thoughts, because I tried to have this conversation very briefly during my stream last week, and trying to play games on Talishar and articulate deep thoughts about a subject is not very easy to do. This is me reading what I wrote in my Discord for everybody at home. I am in no way bothered that Talishar is making money for their time. As someone who makes money for their time streaming, I completely get that. Talishar is a beacon of the community and provides a service that is amazing and allows players to connect all over the world when they cannot in real life. My first issue: the game is open source. So if person A goes in and codes cards to help, are they getting compensation? Or are the two people who host the servers bringing in all the profit for the work that person A did for the love of the game? This bothers me because Talishar has always been pushed as a fan-made project and for the love of the game. If you are going to ask the general public to help you implement card/updates so that you can pull in money, that's free labor for nothing. My second point: if Talishar brings in 20x the cost, which is a number I got from somebody I will not disclose here publicly, of the servers every month, why are we still running into issues with the servers crashing and lag? I understand that things happen and lag is inevitable on some level, but lag on Talishar is not rare. Talishar lag happens so often that I am used to it when I am streaming. If a client is pulling in that much money every month, then the lag issue should be at a minimum, and servers crashing should happen maybe once, maybe twice a year. My third point, and Taylor kind of talked about this, it feels like Talishar keeps changing their narrative on why they are doing things. At first, it was to cover server cost. Then they shared how much they make, and that was debunked. Now it's about them getting paid more than minimum wage for their efforts. If this is about money and solely money, then I have no issue with that, as long as they flat out say that. Don't hide behind server cost and other cop-outs. Just say, I want money. I can live with that because nothing is free. Now, my second post is where I say, I understand why people think that it's hypocritical of me to feel this way. I genuinely think the difference between my stance and Talishar is how it has been handled. I have never once said that I didn't want to make money for my time. I have always shared that I want to be a full-time content creator one day. The simple fact is that it costs money and always will. I was a Talishar Patreon supporter for 2 years, and I have been a Talishar Metafy supporter for some time now. Not sure on the time frame, but I always will be. They ultimately provide an amazing service for the community, and I want to support that however I can. I can also feel frustrated with how they have handled some things and support them. I say this because I have received lots of comments that seem like people think I can't love Talishar and also criticize the product.
Jumping in immediately before I forget.
Yep, go ahead.
You mentioned on stream that someone had said something that stuck with you, that it was hypocritical of you to run ads and then criticize Talishar for running ads.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say that shit's fucking stupid. Because none of us here are saying that Talishar shouldn't make money. And criticizing Zach for running ads on his stream for the same exact purpose is complete non sequitur. It's the problem that we're having is exactly how Zach has put it, that it's being a little bit more like shadily. It's kind of like the wrong connotation I want to give this conversation, but it's like there's a lot of masking why we're doing this or that. You know, a lot of it's like, oh, we have server costs. You know, like this is like the story that I hear. So I, you know, maybe a grain of salt and that kind of stuff. But if you have a problem with them making money, I think that's a totally separate issue from what we're trying to cover here. I think they should be compensated for this kind of stuff. But I think it also reaches, like Taylor was kind of alluding to, a very tenuous breaking point with LSS, and that is scary.
I think, in my opinion, we're getting to the point in which LSS is fully aware that they cannot shut down Talishar. What they can do, though, is, hey, you should change this, rather than you need to shut it down. And I think that's probably the more likely scenario, because LSS has like two like possible options, in my opinion. They either shut it down, which kills the game. I mean, just kills Fab, in my opinion. I think that just absolutely just nukes Fab from orbit, and it just explodes, and we're not going to go down that path. And I assume they're smart enough. Their internal analysts can figure that one out. The second path is that they accept it. They either go, hey, you know, we can have this community driven project, you know, just here's some changes we would like for you to make. Do it this way, please. That way it doesn't look bad on us, because you are essentially at this rate a gateway to Flesh and Blood, which they are. Like, a lot of people that I talk to go, hey, I wouldn't be playing Flesh and Blood if it wasn't for Talishar. So I think that, like, if they go this route, I think LSS can have a little bit heavier of a hand on decisions in the Talishar realm than they usually do. Because it's no longer a community project. It is almost like an acting body of Flesh and Blood, in my opinion.
It's a product now, just like full stop. And I think that also comes with some like pretty big problems too, because now it's not, I hope that they program the cards the next day for, you know, what I want to test for the tournament that I have in 2 weeks, because they just dropped, you know, cards and BNR before a tournament. I expect it now. I am paying you to do this, which is a very different conversation. I can't have the same loosey-goosey, oh, I'm very thankful that you're doing this, when I am now being made to pay for this in one way or another, because I want to have, like, there is nothing more valuable than your time. So being forced to watch ads is paying in a different way. You may not be physically giving them money, but you are providing revenue for them. And it's one of the most valuable things that you can provide. Everyone's trying to vie for your time in one way or another. It's just how much are they going to offer you for it. So it's a very slippery slope that we're entering here, and I really don't like using that as like an argument here, but I think this is probably one of the most apt ways to describe what we're going through, because if LSS refuses to put money towards Talishar, they also, I feel like, can't exactly have a say in how it gets run, which is why I think the ultimate solution will almost have to be that LSS steps in and pays someone to maintain the game in a digital space, which I think is like antithetical to James' whole vision and everything like that. But I don't think they have an option.
Give it the time, old man.
Yeah, well, like, the game will not survive without Talishar, and I think what makes it even worse is in this interim, you will have new players try games on Talishar, and they will not continue to play because they will refuse to watch ads, or they will have a bad experience where they have 3 people rage quit on them in a row, and they're like, I gotta watch another ad now, and they're just like, fuck this, I'm leaving, I'm never playing this again. And then, on the other side of this, if LSS does purchase or support a digital client, now we have to worry about, like, what I understand is MTG Arena, where you have to buy the cards again, and this game is already not affordable, and Talishar helps sublimate a lot of that damage by creating a space where you can play and test decks for free.
This is something that like I think is a really like big topic for me personally, as someone who made Magic content, who literally played Arena and Magic online before this. Like I remember physically having to pay money to make videos because I had to pay to play games and buy cards. Now, there's a whole other thing we can talk about later with like rental services and blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff that we can go down that I'm sure Taylor's aware of, you know, just with like the game and the client, stuff like that. But the idea that LSS would shut down Talishar, I would like to imagine that if James White, and I'm not saying he would, I'm just giving an example, that if he woke up tomorrow and was like, Talishar's done, I pray somebody, Brian, anybody that works there would be like, we need to take a beat here. There were, and I'm looking at this right now, there were 148,839 matches played on Talishar in the last 30 days. That is a lot of games. You're talking about basically 75,000 times in the last 30 days, 2 people sat down to play a game.
It's probably more games that have been played in paper in the past year.
I mean, like that's just a ton. I mean, like there's just so many games being played, whether it's on your lunch break after your kids go to bed, but like when you get home, you know, and you're hanging out with the team, like whatever you're doing, you're talking about going back to webcam testing. I would have no way to play the game. My locals like just don't like won't drive over, or like I would have to start going back to meeting people in person, driving places, as opposed to just playing online. And I also want to go back to a point because I'm sure this will come up in the comments. So if like I hope you waited to listen to the rest of the podcast before you commented about this. Sam and Taylor both said this, and I want everybody to hear this. If you are sitting at home listening and you think that we are wrong, that Flesh and Blood will die if there is not an online client, like a digital client for us to play this game, respectfully, and as nice as I can, you are fucking delusional. It will kill the game. The game
no doubt
will die. It will not be tomorrow. It will not be in a week. You will watch it fade into the background, and then one day we'll be talking about that shit the way we talk about like fucking Power or whatever that weird card game is that like some of my locals play sometime.
Altered?
No, it's some game from like fucking 2005 called Powered, and they don't make cards for it anymore or some shit. Like, yeah, exactly. You're proving my point right now. This is all I needed, actually. Thank you, Taylor. Altered is another example, though. Card game was weird, and it's basically just dead, but we won't go into that now. Talishar is one of the main blocks that keeps this game up, with being able to play online and test and do things like that. So I pray that if it comes to it, and for everybody watching at home, I don't fucking pray, but I am praying that LSS does the right thing and decides to buy it or decides to pay them to keep it up, and they have a say in it so that we have a way to test and play online.
Just pay a minimum wage.
Well, they already make minimum wage.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
part of the thing.
I will say though, I do love them, but oh my god, the consequences.
This is problematic, and you know everyone should understand and kind of care about what's happening here. It's a lot bigger of a like tenuous situation, and I think a lot of people realize because this could be very problematic long down the line.
Yep. The other thing that I will say, and somebody commented this on my stream the other night that kind of made me think about it. If we are really worried about, you know, LSS coming in and shutting down Talishar, I think we need to talk about this issue less.
LSS is never going to shut down Talishar. That's not like I have accepted that like no matter how crazy some of the decisions are, that one is like one of the ones they will not cross.
Someone said that if we want them to not shut down Talishar, we need to stop talking about it.
It's not exactly what they said, but they were saying that I had to go find the comment and read it exactly. But the gist of the comment, the gist of the comment was, hey, the more everybody talks about this and yaps about it on Twitter or on podcasts or anywhere, like the more attention you draw to it. So like if you want things like this to like fall under and maybe LSS to not get involved, we should not spend so much time talking about it. And like, I understand that it's not quite that black and white, but there is a small point there.
First off, I feel like this person's never heard of the Streisand effect. And second off,
I'm going to post about it on Twitter now.
Yeah.
Shocking. Yeah, nobody saw that coming. Oh, Taylor's getting on Twitter.
But second off, if you are unhappy with how something happens or concerned about the direction, which I think is maybe more apt description, concerned about like the direction this is taking, and you say nothing, it's not going to get better. So if it only, like if at best, this is a net neutral, everything stays the same, we just have to watch ads 15 seconds every 3 games. That's the best case scenario if we all just stop talking. But the fact that there is limited to no communication over where the line will be drawn, over how much money they need to make to take ads away, like, this is a conversation that has to be had because we have to reach a solution on this, or like the way human nature works, it's not going to get better before it gets worse. It's just not how money works and businesses. When you're concerned about the bottom line, you are going to continue to make decisions that influence the bottom line at the expense of the consumer. You just see that every time a business either goes public or they were providing a service and now they want to provide a full-on product. Like it happens. There are so many examples of this happening. I feel like it is. I have so many problems with this concept. I don't know where to start and end. The bottom line is, I think it would be very foolish to stop talking about something because you are concerned about the negative consequences. Because the most negative thing that you can do for a lot of situations like that is to ignore it and hope it gets better.
Yeah, that is not the right thing to do. The best thing to do is to talk about it. And just, empty the air and find the answers that you need for things, in my opinion.
Because, like, if we wake up, whenever this goes live, I guess, let's say Friday evening, I get home from work and there are new posts, this is like made an effect, maybe enough people have heard it, that people are talking about it, and the Talishar guys are like, hey, we're going to set a limit. This is what we want to make. We want to make this much money. That's an improvement. This is like we're setting a boundary and a goal to have things at a level that is acceptable for everyone.
I agree.
We do not want to stay quiet and have the goalposts be moved and surprised and then upset again and spiral.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, like, I've said this before, but like I think none of us are in the boat where like they don't want to make any money. Everybody has to eat at the end of the day. And if you want Talishar to be your full-time gig and you want to make money off of this, I get it. That's cool. That's fine. We need this to be a very open and upfront communication. It needs to be a certain level of expectation needs to be set. Because like I said, I'm no longer of the mindset where I'm happy and more considerate of these people's personal lives when a new set comes out and my cards aren't coded for the next week. I'm going to, if it goes a week now and the cards haven't been coded and I'm paying for this service, I'm going to be upset. That's just what we've come to now.
Yeah. No, I agree, because you're setting expectations now by asking for money. As soon as you ask for money from me and I give you money, my expectations of the product triple, quadruple. It's like, instead of like a community project, I'm expecting a product now.
I mean, but like that's how everybody feels, you know, and like that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that. You're like it was for the last like X amount of years. It's been a passion project. This like open source thing that the community works on. Hey, no problem. I'll wait on cards. Hey, no problem. Like take your time. You're doing this for us out of the kindness of your heart, and you want to get paid for it. But now you're demanding money from us, no matter what.
Yeah.
It is now not a hey, take your time, do this whenever you can. You're demanding money from me. I'm a consumer. Fucking get to it, dog. Like,
yeah. I still thank them for everything that they did for the community for the last 4 years, though. No matter what happens.
yeah,
100%. This game wouldn't be where it is without them, and I
Yep.
think that can't be understated.
Yep.
But you can't have your cake and eat it too in this situation. That's just not how it works, unfortunately.
You guys want to start getting to viewer questions?
Yeah, it's been
Yeah, I
2
think
hours
we've-
and 20 minutes. We should probably answer like the 55 viewer questions we have.
Okay.
There's
Here
a
we
lot.
go.
There's a lot.
Okay, where are we coming in?
So I think we're coming in all the way from January
That's-
16th.
There's a lot of questions, dog.
Yeah, okay. One specifically for Taylor to get it ripped.
Oh, hell yeah.
WC Zeta. Question for Taylor. How did you take your breaks from Fab? I find it hard with my life being work and sleep.
Well, if your wife breaks her ankle, that's a good one.
Helps. Let's take a break, right?
Damn.
Oh, no.
In the worst way.
No. Oh, thank God she doesn't listen to the podcast anymore. Anyway, in my opinion, for me to take a break, I do other hobbies. So I'm a big golfer and I'm a big video game player. So what I like to do is I'll try to play a roguelike like Binding of Isaac or something, and I'll try to, set a new achievement or something. And then I'll try to watch a TV show in my meanwhile, and I'll do this for like a month, or like I'll like get really obsessed with something random, and like that's just who I am as a person.
Palworld.
Yeah, exactly. So like
Palworld. I think that's a great example.
Yeah,
Sam.
or Riftbound. No, no. But that's how I usually do it. Is I just how my mind works. I'm really tunnel visioned. So when I'm like, hey, I need to go into a different tunnel, I'll just kind of go, okay, time to move the tunnel, and then it's like, oh, well, what is there to look at? Oh, I haven't played Power Worlds yet, and then I'll sit down and play, 85 hours in 2 weeks, and just be like, this is a second job.
Yeah, I always said it's good to take breaks, find your niche, have fun.
The next question's kind of funny though.
Salsa Prime, did PT Vegas change your mind about the Westgate? And why does Westgate still suck? Well, Salsa Prime, you fucking hit the nail on the head. I no longer am in the opinion at all that it's an alright location. I did not have a great time. My water didn't work the way I wanted it to. My AC didn't work the way I wanted it to. The people in the lobby were hella annoying. I got stopped every day. People, did you get your welcome package? Can you have a minute to talk to us? Just like nonstop harassment from the actual employees in the Westgate. It sucked balls.
The horror was great. They even gave my
was the
wife
only
a
one-
wheelchair.
I was the only one who stayed in the Westgate, and they also took out Taylor's wife. So it still sucks. All right.
I mean, I'm gonna make sure that we don't go to 3 hours and just skip this one. Everybody knows how I feel about the Westgate. I could probably sit here and bitch about the Westgate for the next 37 minutes and 15 seconds.
Fair enough. Top 8 Trent comes at us with, when is the Breakpoints Riftbound team? I believe this might have been posted while we were all sitting together playing Riftbound at Vegas. We got a little I guess like a full length table going of just Riftbound games as we were learning.
There was
Yeah.
about like what 12 of us there sitting there playing. I mean,
It's more than that. It's definitely more than that by the end. But yeah, it was a lot of us.
We had best of master.
Yeah, we had
Vero teaching us. Oh my god! First podcast guest teaching us Riftbound. What,
Bringing it-
dude? What is?
when we do our first episode about Riftbound, we'll have to bring him back. He can be our first repeat.
For episode 52.
Oh, he's not our first repeat. Noah was our first repeat.
Yeah, Noah.
Noah
You silly
twice.
goose.
When did we have Noah on a second time? Was I gone that week or?
No, you were there.
The second one is our literal longest episode at like 2 minutes, like 2 hours and like 10 minutes. I mean, until
we've
this
already
episode.
fucking murdered that one.
Yeah, all right. Anyway.
But yeah, we've had Noah on twice. We're kind of all dabbling in Riftbound at the moment. You know, we're in that lull after Vegas where, you know, Zach is still going to Kansas City, but Taylor and I are not. We're having a little bit of fun with some side quests in real life, if you will.
Yeah.
I'm getting involved a little bit more locally. Seeing some buddies that have left Fab and are playing Riftbound again is nice. So yeah.
I'm testing as much for Kansas City as I am for regional qualifier LA coming up.
Well, to be fair, you actually have to like learn the game. Like that's the difference. Is like, it's like if we could sit you down, tell you the meta for KC, and you can figure it out really quickly. In Riftbound, you're literally figuring out how the mechanics work, and you have like the biggest tournament, and like a couple.
And they got some weird ass rules, dude. Like some of the interactions the rules and shit are weird.
Oh, by the way, I have to warn you because this is gonna come up. You're gonna think something works. You're gonna get a judge call, and they're gonna tell you it works differently, and there's no like. There's gonna be like too bad. I'm gonna give you a heads up. That's the thing.
Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason. It's just because they said so. Yeah, the rules seem weird. Anyway, next question, Sam.
So, dude, I watched a 30-minute video on the strategic differences between capture and holding. What decks like to do what today, or not today, but recently. There's a fair bit to it. A lot of different things. All right. Vile Warlock comes at us with, I have an important question. Would any of the Breakpoints fellas be willing to hook up their old pal with a Paris souvenir package? I got bad news, bucko. None of us are going to Paris right now.
Yeah, I'm not going to Paris.
Unfortunately, not.
Asking people for theirs. Like, please, sir, please.
There are definitely people who are going that might be able to hook you up, but we unfortunately cannot. Cheese Marlin Main asks, what do you think of the third Sink Below promo and it being a cold foil version?
Okay. Fun fact, actually. I can actually bring up this. Did you guys know that it was the original art for Face Purgatory, but they forgot to tell the artist that it was a helmet?
Somebody told me that. I don't remember who. Somebody told me that.
Yeah. Apparently, they asked the artist while he was in Vegas. And that was the story that they told. I think it was. I really want to say. Yeah, I really want to say it was Andrew Lorenz told me that.
It's really cool though. Like I do think it's fun.
Dude, it's like a fun little trivia.
Tamaz is like one of my favorite artists. Like quick sidebar, that dude puts out some beautiful art. Like Tempestuous Kiss is one of the prettiest artworks I've ever seen.
Yep.
Like. Definitely one of my favorite. Face Purg art, awesome. He also did a bunch of like gravy cards you wouldn't necessarily expect. I think he did like Hook. He did Limpet. Like a lot of like just like really sick art this guy made. Like Tamaz is sick, and he goes to like all these events. Super easy to get cards signed. Awesome dude. I guess the original question, the third Sink Below promo ended up being a cold foil. Collectors can suck my left nut, and it looks sick.
I think it's awesome. I think it looks cool, and I like it.
I would hope that there would be more copies so that everyone could play with it, but that's about my only gripe about it. All right. Another one from Capo Mello that is not the big one that we covered in the middle of the podcast. The next BNR is September 17th. Big LL event for Calling Atlanta, which will be October 2nd, I think is the exact date. Do you think they will do anything to LL pre-calling? Have they built over a year's worth of BNRs for LL's return? I pray they have balanced LL somehow, and that is a good tournament. If it is another shitfest coin flip simulator, no one's going to have a good time again.
Look,
what do you guys think?
As the guy that literally invented a format so I didn't have to play Living Legend, my opinions are very biased here. I do not like Living Legend because I feel like there was very little to agency in the majority of games. Like, no matter what deck you're playing, the agency was very low. I think the highest agency deck was probably Starvo, maybe Chain. but that's because they can't interact with your banish. There's just a lot of things that need to be done to Living Legend format to make it a format in which feels rewarding. I don't care if it is rewarding. I want to feel like I'm having fun at least when I'm playing the format. Like it could be the most skill intensive format ever, and it probably is. But like when the average player I sit down across goes, I don't want to play this game, and I have to agree with them. It's just not where I want to be at.
I have faith.
What do you think they would? How would you approach it then, Zach? How
I
would
have
you
no
approach
clue. I genuinely have no clue. I'm going to leave it up to them. And I know that that's like the lamest answer ever because if
I don't
they
trust them.
do fix it and the format's fun, I get to say, "Oh, I told you guys. Remember episode 50?" But when they fuck it up, I get to say, "Oh, like I don't know. I didn't say anything. Like I can't believe LSS didn't figure it out. I gave them my best wishes." Like no, I mean, but like seriously though, like I would like to imagine it's calling 100. It's a big deal. They knew this was coming. They were hoping it was going to be LL, and they have put the time in with set 20 testing. I have some faith it's going to be a fun Friday.
That's the scary part. Chain's getting a whole fucking set to work with.
Chain was already had a 64.9% win rate at Worlds in Philly actually, including the calling, which was Living Legend. Had a 65% win rate. Look, guys, I've thrown you a bone. Just ban Chain. Just know it. I did it, and no one's complained. Everyone came up with a thumbs up. Was like, that was a good one. I've had to ban 3 heroes now in a format where I didn't want to ban anything. See how miserable that is?
Yeah, they've got a template. Like you look at the Golden Age ban list. Maybe that'd help them. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of places that do armories with Gauge. I know that because I've had stores reach out and be like, and they run it and they say it's pretty good right now. Banning Mortar Tide was kind of like the one thing that I like was really hesitant about, but apparently it's been Viscera still very good. So
I have faith. In LL, we trust.
yeah,
Sure hope so.
oh my god, we're so
really
fucked.
hope so. All right. KXC Pancake wants to add on to the Sync Below promo question. They feel like LSS only wants to promo staple, rares, and commons like Sync Below for calling, promo events / participation. What other commons / rares do you think they should make alt art promos of? And do you think that they should make alt art majestics for callings, or do you think it would ruin the value of those cards too much?
That's a good question. That's a good. You can't do E-Strike anymore because of Compendium Marvel. That one's kind of like
unfortunately, yeah.
If you do a promo, then it degrades the E-Strike Marvel, and then everyone just bitches about that. You could do like Erase Face, Weakest Link. Those be
I think generics are definitely where you want to stay for these kind of things. So I think that if you start doing alt arts for non-generic commons or majestics, then it makes them like not very valuable and also not very playable. It's gonna be a lot less exciting. So definitely, I think you want to keep them in the generic vein.
I don't know, but I think for Mist Veil 2, the calling promo should be Weakest Link. I think that'd be really
I think that would be
flavorful.
good. I think Fiddler's Green is probably on the docket now for what would be a pretty good one.
It's a good one
because they just did Polarity. Polarity is also getting one that's pretty sick.
Call of the Grave, but like Call of the Grave, you have the EA. Oh, that one's kind of
and you got the cold foil.
Yeah, already. That one's risky. That one's risky. But there's like so many good ones that you could do. Oh, you could do Remembrance. Oh.
Overcrowded?
Overcrowd's a great. Oh, no, because you have the cold foil EA.
Sure, but like, I mean, you're talking about like, I Ripple Away.
I think they should do more of what cards used to be like gated by weird product lines. Like they just did the red bittering thorns. They should probably do the same thing for like Boulder Drop.
That was a good one. I'm actually looking at generics now. I'll go in. Could we do that?
I literally
like Erase
have
Face just
Majestic
seems like
generic pulls up right now, and I'm looking at them on Prairie.
Yeah, this is actually kind of fun.
Sensor would be a cool one.
Ooh, Sensor would be kind of sick, yeah.
Sensor Nourishing Emptiness would be sweet.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I like both of those, honestly.
Honestly, the older the card too, the better it gets, because then you get some more into circulation.
Last ditch effort. Last ditch effort. I know.
Oh, that one's already got one,
They have
right?
the judge one. I know.
Yeah. Well, they have a judge one and the alt art, right? Isn't there both?
I have no idea. I just know there's the judge one. I didn't know there was an alt art.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure there's an alt art last ditch.
Now I gotta look. You can go to the next question. I'll look.
Woundable.
Oh yeah, Winnable. Yeah, they did Fangdel's Fighting Spirit, so they should do Winnable too. Yeah.
Okay.
Poop King. With Legendary Tiara being spoiled, do you think it's a good idea to have powerful equipment that counters a set's core mechanic released alongside the set? I think it's a good idea to have a failsafe like that. I think that's what they try to do with the Boots of Ominous Ward. It didn't get used that way, but that was the idea.
Balance of Justice for KO.
Yeah. I think it's a great way to help balance the format. If you release something and you're kind of concerned with how powerful it might be on the way out, having a safety valve in set is fucking awesome.
Isn't the new generic headpiece the same thing? Turn a card and
exactly
thing face down. Stuff like that's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
Fuck Katsu. Fuck Katsu, dude. Just straight fuck him.
Oh, I mean, since you said it,
fuck him, dude.
They also follow up with, will it be filling a need in the meta, or is it another example of LSS not letting heroes be strong out of the gate? I think it's the opposite. I think it is letting them be strong out of the gate, and if they're too strong, the community can rally around a solution to that problem by putting a card in their sideboard.
Agreed. I agree with that.
A third little side question: would it have been better for Ominous Ward to be printed in the Hunted? I think they did exactly the same thing in the Hunted as well, with Quick Dodge Flexors trying to be the failsafe for Syndra. And I don't really think there's a better spot for Quick Dodge to come in.
You got Shelter and Flexors in that set as like a failsafe. So yeah, I think they already did that.
I don't think you needed to triple down on it. Chris says, LL format in Atlanta? Bruh, that is not a question, but does it need to be one?
I mean, we already kind of hit this one, right? I
think their question is a little bit different. Do you even want there to be an LL event in Atlanta? Which, maybe not.
Honestly, if it were that or Sage, I would like it to be LL just for the mix up from Sage.
Whoa.
That's fair.
I'm not.
Let's get the next question. Hold on.
Assuming you had to pick one, would you prefer to see LL or Sage at Worlds?
God, I mean, why does it have to be either if it's Worlds?
They said if you had to pick one.
If I had to pick one, if I had to pick one, I would pick Silver Age.
I'd pick Living Legend. A fixed Living Legend that was good.
Well, we've tried this one before at Worlds, and they told me it was
they're
fixed.
Never gonna ban Chain or Starvo. They're never
I
gonna
don't care
ban
about that.
They're never gonna ban a hero outright.
Oh, I don't care. But they can fix the format. It's not impossible.
All right.
I really think they need to do away with this whole limiting to one-ofs. That shit's fucking stupid.
Just limit Art of War to one. Get rid of the chess piece for Dio. Oh, don't. Okay, yeah. Okay, just go next question. I'm not even.
I was like, we might get the 3 hours.
A whole fucking list.
We might get the 3 hours if Taylor starts.
Yeah, don't even.
Sal the Pamer Gal. Jesus. Sal the Gamer Pal. What issues do you have with Jesus Christ. All right. What issues do you have with Sage and with LL respectively, and how would you fix both formats? That's going to take a while, but I think the quick and dirty is look at the gauge ban list for LL and make Sage a 40 life format, or we're cooking.
Actually, I would like to see Sage at a 40 life. That'd be cool. I want to see what a variant of that looks like.
I think the only way you can balance 20 life formats is by doing them inside of draft sets like they have been with High Seas and Omens. Although Omens, I think there are definitely some feel bad situations, but this is the closest you can get by powering down a format and having it very siloed, I guess would be the right word. Having the widespread 20L formats has been very difficult to balance in a way that is competitively viable, I guess is how I want to say that.
Okay.
Celtic Command. We've had quite a few sets now that bring back named heroes. KO and Soup, Cilio and Aurora and Omens, Viscera, Levia, and Usurp. How important do you think it is for LSS to keep bringing back familiar names versus just make new heroes in the same class/talent pool?
Very important. I think that having the hero identity attached to yourself or like something that you are really attracted to is really important. So I think that whenever they go off of that, it's really important that they do it well. Because like if I ever got back an Ice Ranger or like a Lightning Ranger and it's not Lexi and it's kind of like a middling hero, kind of like Jarl, like a Jarl situation, I would be fucking tilted.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's very important.
I think sticking with the names is like important. Taylor's right. It hits big identities for people. And on top of that, it's also like the specs are a big thing. You want to be able to not let specs for heroes sit in a binder forever.
Yeah.
Sarai sure has a shitload of those, let me tell you.
That's for damn sure.
All right. Nick comes at us with, what famous person throughout history would you most like to have on the podcast and convince to play Fab?
History? Marcus Aurelius.
Oh, okay. Julius Caesar.
That's a Marcus Aurelius is the GOAT, man. I don't even...
They're like man, I don't know. Like what famous people like what and convince them to play Flesh and Blood? Dude, I don't know. Like Michael Jordan. What sure.
I'll make some calls.
Yeah, you make some calls. You let me know how that goes.
I think there are plenty of famous people that would be fun to at least like try to make this happen with, but I think if I had to pick a realistic answer of someone that I think I could actually do it to, it'd be Henry Cavill.
Oh, yeah.
That would actually be a legendary pool.
All right. Miss Aggro Blaze herself comes at us with, how is Chelsea holding up?
She's been better.
Yeah.
It ain't good, Chief.
All right. Frozen Phoenix. Should LSS move Levia to the 0.5 multiplier after giving her all the support to avoid that particular feels bad?
No, they should move her to like a 1.0, I guess, because it's gonna feel really bad if if Olivia is just the best deck in LLs in like 2 months, 3 months before the next set comes out. Then you just then you're drafting. It's just such a dangerous thing. It's so dangerous to be printing a hero as a 1.5 multiplier. So honestly, they just move it back to 1, and I don't think anybody would complain. I think if you said, "Hey, Levy has a 1 because we just released her," I think everyone would be like, "Yeah, that makes sense. Okay," and they would just go on their merry way.
Hey, I have to this day not met a single person that thought the 1.5x was a cool and good thing for the game.
Oh, just wait till you talk to Eugene after Reinar LLs. Oh my god, that's gonna be.
Hey, because I
0.5. Okay, I kind of get it. I kind of get the 0.5.
I don't even know if I get that. But I'm going to go on a whole tangent. We're trying not to break 3 hours.
No.
Oh, we're not going to stop.
Lost Zach.
I don't like the multipliers. That's I'm going to leave it there.
I don't like the multipliers. I think they should get rid of them, but it has nothing to do with Levi running the fucking thing. Like,
it does kind of.
I mean,
you don't want
it does, but it doesn't. It's about the health of the game in general. Like, but that's
another thing. Yeah.
They go on to ask about, because Levi's got different hero text, it's technically a different hero, but I don't think they're boarding it that way at all.
The old one. That's what they said.
I'm pretty sure this is just an errata. Yeah, it's gonna be what it is. Old Wise Tree, if you could add a talent and class combo that has not existed in Fab yet, what would it be and why?
Ice
I
Ninja.
know what Zach's. Yep, there it is. I know what
I
Zach's is.
fucking love Ninja and I love Ice.
Would you be willing to have an Ice Ninja if, only if, it was a Universes Beyond Sub-Zero?
Yeah, I love Mortal Kombat.
Oh my god, you're the problem, Zach.
It's like a
You're
major
supposed to
fucking
stand your
throwback.
ground.
It's like a major fucking throwback to my childhood. Like, if that's the case, like, give me a Cilio that's Raiden. I'm in.
Okay.
What an Ice Mystic Illusionist.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
I would go.
Stop recording, Taylor. Where's it?
No. We got to get through these questions, Zach. I'm sorry, buddy, but this is a part of our
We're
podcast.
almost there. Home stretch, boss. Home
Yeah,
stretch.
It's there.
Has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with Sam's bullshit ass answer. Absolutely not.
You want Ice Ninja? It's gonna be Ice Mystic Ninja and Ice Mystic Illusionist. All right, we're gonna rain hell.
Jesus God.
I'm gonna give you a real answer.
There's gonna be Ice Mystic Assassin in the set too. It's gonna be just Ice Mystic Mistveil. Like I have the vision.
Mistveil.
I think I would want a Light Ranger that's a Vampire Slayer. So something
LSS,
like,
take notes. Send it out. Send it out.
yeah. So
Light
something
Ranger
like
would
a
be cool.
yeah, and like his whole shtick is like kills werewolves and like zombies and all that stuff, and that's his whole shtick. Is he has like
it's just
light
Van
arrows.
Helsing.
Yeah, it's just Van
Yeah,
Helsing.
you could also let
The
it,
guy
like,
on Bolton
catch to its
Shot.
soul to give go again. That could be really cool. That could be
Yeah,
a really
yeah.
good mechanic.
Yeah. I've seen that before. It's a great mechanic.
Okay. Who are the most
Austin
handsome
asks-
members of the team?
Who? Yeah, I mean, we all know the answer. It's Emma.
You know, it's funny. That was going to be my answer.
Yeah, it's objectively correct.
All right.
Emma's the hottest one on the team, and it's not
Emma.
close.
Moving on.
Oh, no. There's a very important second part of this question, Zach. Why won't you let Austin on your stream?
There's and Austin knows the answer. Next question. We're good here. I'm gonna leak like 30 seconds of the Discord chat one night, and that's all anybody's gonna need. Yeah,
no,
see?
you're not.
Taylor's already saying no. See, that just told you what you needed to know. I was bluffing the whole time.
Austin's gonna call somebody a fucking gooback live on air, and it's gonna be hell to pay.
Jesus, bro, I swear, dude. Swear, dog.
All right. Dot, jumping off of Nick's question, what famous person throughout history would you like to have as a Fab hero? I got this one in the bag. Slam dunk is Abraham Lincoln as a necromancer. You guys remember that movie where Abraham Lincoln is a zombie slayer? Yeah.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Jesus.
It's a slam dunk. I'll let you guys come up with a second place answer. It's okay.
Person throughout history I would want to see turned into a character, like a hero.
Dude, there's so many good options. I feel like what if you picked like Genghis Khan to become the new Victor? That'd be fucking lit. He's like a shadow guardian, like you just demonic riding through battle. Like that'd be fucking sick.
Frank Sinatra as the first bard.
Ooh, there you go. That's a lit one. You just like go through, pick a warlord, and make him a class boss. Yeah.
Donnie Yen as an assassin.
The fuck is?
It's the guy from IP, man.
Just famous person apply to fictional characters as well, because like, what if we just got fucking Merlin in here? You know?
Who?
That one's actually plausible.
Merlin? Did you say who to Merlin?
Who the fuck is Merlin?
I said that one's plausible. What?
Zach
He doesn't know who Merlin is?
Merlin?
Who is Merlin?
You don't know who Merlin is? Like King Arthur, the Round Table, Merlin, the wizard.
This is my 9/11.
This is why he didn't like Bazaar meat.
This is my 9/11.
This is too far. This is too far.
You don't know who Merlin is. Are you like fucking with me right now?
No, I don't know who Merlin
Do you
is.
know who King Arthur is?
Yes. Chalice and the Knights of the Round Table or some shit like that. I don't know. Sean Connery played him once, or Sean Penn or somebody. I don't know.
I give up.
I-
All right. We're gonna move on. WC Zeta, how do you determine as the opponent when to call for slow play?
when it's taking a long time.
Yeah, like the hard and fast rule is I think your opponent has like 60 seconds to make a game action. Doesn't really matter what it is. That's not really very socially acceptable, but it is something you can do. Typically, I like to call slow play when I am actually getting concerned about our ability to finish a game, whether my opponent realizes it or not. That can be a very difficult conversation to have sometimes. I've had people react very poorly to that. I try to approach it as a way that is like, hey, buddy, I don't think we're going to finish the game unless you make some decisions a little bit quicker. But that's really all you can do.
I mean, I'm like that. When I start getting to a point where I'm worried about us finishing the game, I start pushing to play faster.
True.
Quiet Mind. Have Viscerite and Cilio been going to the same gym?
They
Hell
are
yeah.
very swole. Yeah.
I mean, they be looking jacked.
Whoever's been in charge of the, male gaze art design this time around, they've been making swole ass dudes, let me tell you.
Based.
Cusco, a friend of mine brought this up, and now I would like other people's opinions on it. How do you feel about making the LL point multiplier only apply to PQs and RTNs and making calling and above level events give a flat 1.0 regardless of how long a hero has been out?
I don't think that would change too much because the majority of LL points usually come from ProQuest and RTX.
I was like, wouldn't it be better to do it the other way around? Because don't most
Yeah.
points come from ProQuest season?
Yeah.
So flip
Thin
it,
logic.
and I you could talk me into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand the thought process behind this, but I don't think in practice it would pan out exactly how this wants to go. And let's see, Frozen Phoenix. Have y'all ever played any fighting games? And are y'all willing to post a video of first to 10 wins in a game of your choice?
I would slap you guys in some Smash.
Probably. I've played very casually some Smash, and that's really about it.
I would take any of you or both of you at the same time at Mortal Kombat. With zero fear.
Yeah, you take both of us?
Yeah.
I mean, I would actively detriment you probably, so there's a chance that's correct.
I was competitively ranked in Mortal Kombat 10 at one time. Like I played a lot of Mortal Kombat, more than I care to admit.
All right, Chaotic Sea Pancake. Who do you think the Smash Palace product line is for, and do you think it's a good product? All of those heroes are playable in Sage, so it's for everybody.
It's the $20 ticket to the
I
$2 million Pro
didn't
Tour.
know there was another Smash Palace coming around. So
There is, yeah. There's
Yep.
a new one, and some of those heroes will actually probably be Sage playable, like at a competitive level.
Is Killjoy going to be viable in Sage? Like is this Killjoy legal?
I think they're all legal for Sage for sure.
Holy
they're
shit! What?
Like I'm like pretty certain because I mean that's why we have flattering showmen.
Dude, these heroes are going to be insane.
Yeah, so you should be aware of these heroes. It's another way for them to introduce things into the Sage metagame.
Dude, hold on. Zane's going to be legal?
Maybe I'm wrong about this, but I've been told that this is legal for Sage.
Oh,
these all have the R rarity. It will be legal.
Holy shit! It's Jason Bourne.
Some of these heroes are going to be pretty good, I think.
I mean,
depending on if they actually ban cards out of Briar or they get rotated.
if the heroes are going to be good and like there's some Sage viability, then yeah, it's for everybody. That's great.
Yeah. I think the product line for Smash Palace itself is for people who want to play Commander but in Flesh and Blood shoes, and that's cool, but it's not really worked out very well. All right. Very last one from Dot. What character in a card art do you want to most be a hero? Since Malice was created from dead threads, I'm curious what other people's favorite heroes could be with this in mind.
I think Dot brought this up on my stream tonight. My favorite answer that somebody said in chat was the little kid from the Let's Effing Go on like Lexi art or whatever it is.
Dude, wait.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah. I thought that was a pretty cool answer.
I have two. Mine are very simple and easy. What the hell's Sam doing? He's got like a side.
Oh my god.
You mean this kid?
Oh my god, bro. That's amazing.
You mean this kid?
Amazing, Sam. That is fucking 11 out of 10 work.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite little posters that I have.
That's so cool, bro.
I would like Findle from Findle's Spring Tunic.
Ooh,
like
that'd
her,
be cool.
like a whatever. She'll be a cleric, like Earth cleric. Then
the non-talented illusionist from Spears of Surreality. I forget her name.
Amira.
Amira.
That would be a
she would be
cool
cool.
Okay. So,
and that's it.
Holy shit, that was long.
We didn't even go 3 hours, boys. We got like 5 minutes to fill.
Yo, it's crazy. I definitely learned